What is up, everybody? What is going on? It's your boy Segaman back. This is not the Alpha Podcast today. I came back a little too late, from being out and hanging out with the family. But this is gonna be a hangouts, man. I'm not gonna be here too long. Rain G4 in the building. What is up, man? Rain G4 on deck, sliding through. First one on deck. What's going on, man? Man, I wanted to talk about Hi-Fi Rush, man. The madness. It's the hate is real, bro. The hate is real, man. On Hi-Fi Rush, man. The hate is real out here, Rain. My brother Unlimited just did a video a few hours ago, late at night, I think last night, talking about all the salt, Rain, all the salt about Hi-Fi Rush, brother. Man, let me tell you again, this is not the podcast, but we're in here talking about Hi-Fi Rush and the hate. The hate is real, man. They're making up all kind of excuses. My brother Unlimited, I got to give it up to brother Unlimited. Like I said, he's always on fire, bro. He's always showing and pulling the receipts on his channel. I just got done watching the video and Rain, it inspired me to get off my ass put my controller down and make a hangout on this, man, because the salt is real out here, man. About Hi-Fi Rush, brother. The crying Rain is ridiculous, bro. Anytime Microsoft releases a game, anytime Microsoft, man, releases any kind of news about what's coming out on Game Pass, brother. Anything that's coming out in the future, my man. Anything that's coming out, Starfield, Redfall, anything. The hate is real. Man, the salt that they cry out of their tears, Rain, can salt the roads can salt the roads out there in, I don't know, Colorado. They don't even need the salt trucks, bro. They can use their salt, man. The salt is so heavy out there, bro. You know what I'm saying, man? Let me see what my brother Rain said, man. Did you see the article asking, will Hi-Fi Rush come to? Yes, I did. And I also seen Unlimited talking about it. Again, Rain, listen, bro, we've been out in these streets for a long time. These dudes, Rain, need professional mental help, brother. It isn't exclusive. It's not coming out on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. I want to give a big shout out also to my brother New Legal. New Legal came in my defense, man. We had Porter Socks out there, put me in a video. Porter Rock, put me in a video talking crap. And my brother New Legal came through in my defense. Big shots out to New Legal and the crew. Thank you, my good brother. Anyways, man, I must have touched the nerve with Porter Socks. Porter Rock. I must have got his nerves all messed up because he had to put me inside of a video of something he did on his channel. I don't watch Porter Rock, you know what I mean, because I know he's fake, and I know he's whack. So I don't watch him because he's fake, dude. He does this for clicks and to make a little bit of money. What is up, other Zinc? I'm hanging out for a little while, man. It's not the podcast, but Zinc, if you want to come on and chomp up a little game with me, man, I'll send you a link, man. I'm talking about all the salt, brother Zinc, about Hi-Fi Rush. Brother Unlimited did a video earlier. I was watching that, cracking up, man. The salt is real, Zinc. The salt is real, man. These dudes can't stop. Did you see what Rain wrote, man? Did you see what Rain wrote? They want to know if it's coming to PS5 or PS4. That game is not coming to anything except your cell phone if you get your Obama phone, if you get Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass, or or if you have a laptop or something. That's the only way that you fake PlayStation guys are going to be able to play the game. You know what I mean? Let's start putting truth to facts here. You're not getting that game. You're not getting that game, bro. It's a Bethesda game. Correct, brothers? We own Bethesda and ZeniMax. So stop asking dumb questions like that. You know what I mean? Just like they did with Starfield. Didn't they say the same thing, other Zinc, Mr. Kima? on deck. Didn't they say is Starfield coming to PS5? Is Starfield coming to PS5? And what did Phil Spencer say? With it, with a argumentative voice, no, it's not coming to PlayStation. If you want to play Starfield again for the 1,000th time, you have to play on your PC, on your Dollar General phone, or or on your like your laptop. You're not going to get Starfield and Hi-Fi Rush on your preferred console. They hate Xbox that much. If you want to play the game, you need to invest in Game Pass. Use that dollar, okay? Ask your mom for $1 or 4 quarters, and with tax, ask her for like $1.75, okay, or charge $1.75 to her card or whatever you need to do, and try it out for free, and play the game. Okay, that's what you guys got to do out there. You guys got to stop damage controlling. You really do. I didn't even get to watch that yet. I got to watch GWG later. I got to catch up to what the girls were talking about today. But, bros, they cannot stop. You should have seen Unlimited pulling the receipts. I'm pretty sure you guys seen his video, and he was cracking up, man. He was, because it's comical, brothers. It's comical. At this point, the PlayStation community, the fake PlayStation community, are the laughing stock out here in the gaming streets. They really are. They want to talk about, well, the game doesn't look that good, so I'm not going to play it. How can you play a game that doesn't look good? You didn't even try the game. You're just saying it doesn't look good, so it's not worth playing. That doesn't make any sense. Just because a game doesn't look that good to you, in your opinion, that does not mean the gameplay of the game is not good. That doesn't make any sense. These guys out here are really dumb, and you need to go back to school. Okay, go get your GED or whatever. You need to go back to school. Just because a game doesn't look good does not mean that it doesn't have fun factor and doesn't play good. You guys don't make no sense out of it. I played a lot of games. Look, I'm playing right now that people are hating on. I'm playing the 007 game. The GoldenEye 007 game on the Series X. Yes, it looks like it's from the Nintendo 64, but it is fun. The controls are phenomenal on 007, okay? And I like that nostalgia look, okay? I understand people wanted to look, I don't know, maybe they should have remade it. Some people said that, or used, like me, my brother Hebot were talking about earlier. They had a version of the 360 version they were supposed to bring out, and maybe they should have implemented that and put that on there, but they didn't. But it does not take away the fun factor of 007. It doesn't take away the fun factor of the game. The game is a fun game. The controls are very easy to use. They're not frustrating. It's just old school OG graphics. That's all it is. And I'm having fun with it. But they're talking about it, and they rightfully so. If they played it, they can. If they don't like it, that's fine. But I'm liking the game right now. Okay, I'm playing a game and it doesn't look that good. All right, it doesn't look like Gears of War, but I'm playing the game. All right, I'm playing the game. You dig? I'm playing the game. Right? Mr. Kima, let me go back to Mr. Kima here. Nintendo Switch fans are port begging for Hi-Fi Rush. You know what, Mr. Kima? Same with the Nintendo guys. They don't really bother us as much. If you want to play that game, you need to get on your PC, on your laptop, or your phone and get Ultimate Game Pass and play it on there. That's the only way you're going to play the game. I'm going to read all the brothers' comments here. The argument is Hi-Fi Rush was an independent since 2017, so that means it's not an Xbox exclusive. Really? Wow. That's new news to me, Rain. That's new news to me. Wow. Yeah, Mr. Kima. I don't know what's going on with Porter Rock. You got Porter Rock, Dannard up. bro. Hey, look, I struck a nerve. I struck a nerve with Porter Rock. Porter Rock's been out here, brothers. You guys know this. He's been out here for a long time. He's been rocking out, with Next Gen. Next Gen actually got him where he's at today. Let's just put facts, truth to facts. When he was on there with him, and he used his slogan, "Share my screen," all that bull crap. It was Next Gen that got him where he's at today. He even thanked Next Gen for it. You know what I mean? But Rain, people like Porter Rock, he doesn't want to admit that he said on that show, if they start putting PlayStation games on PC, he's going to give up the PlayStation and go to PC. Am I right? Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that podcast that Next Gen had? That's what he said. Is he on that PC? Is he on that PC? Did he get rid of his PlayStation? Of course not. He lied. All right, he lied. All right? You lied, Porter Rock. Get rid of your PlayStation. Go on to PC. Go on to PC, man. Look, hey, fight the good fight. Right, Porter Rock? Go on that PC. You said you would get rid of your... This is what you said, Porter Rock. I didn't say it. You said it. I remember every show you were in with Next Gen because I watched in the background. I was one of the brothers that were in the background watching you guys. And that's what you said, but you haven't done it. You said you swore if PlayStation exclusive or PlayStation eccentric games went to PC, you were going to give up the PlayStation because you said that it's not right what Microsoft's doing by putting their games on PC. And you said if PlayStation follows suit, that you was going to go on PC, and you did not. You're still on PlayStation. I think he has a PlayStation 5. I don't know. So you're a console gamer, all right? You didn't go to PC, all right? So stop lying out here in these gaming streets, Porter Rock. Stop lying, all right? Oh, yeah, that's another thing that Unlimited was talking about. Ponies play Forspoken, and that game looks like a store brand soup. I want to give a big shout out to Dia. She was on the show with our brother Unlimited and on the Unlimited Truth. I will have her on soon. I hope. I want to talk to Dia, about gaming. Just I want to have a one-on-one with Dia, and I want to talk to Dia about how she feels about gaming today, and I'm going to make that happen soon. Big shout out to Other Zinc and Rain G4 down here, Mr. Kima. Glad y'all in here with me. 9 people watching. What's up, Deploy 619? Yo, what's going on, brother? I hope you guys are having a good Saturday night. I hope you guys are playing some great games out here like Hi-Fi Rush. Hey, Deploy, man. The salt's heavy out here, man. We're all chopping it up in here, man. The salt's heavy out here. There's all kind of damage controlling going on out there. Unlimited has just been on fire, man. He's been on fire with that. He's been on fire, calling it out when I think he did a Hangouts last night. He was late, he said, but he said he had to do it. So your boy Sega Man, he's doing little Hangouts with the chat tonight. There will not be no podcast tonight. Maybe I'll have one tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe we'll have the alpha tomorrow. I've been doing things with the family today. You gotta. My family comes first before any kind of podcast or anything like that. You know how it is when you're a family man. Your family always comes first, and we had fun today. But I had to come and do this Hangouts, man, because it's just the madness about Hi-Fi Rush is just, it's laughable. It's laughable, man. And Rain said, did you see the IGN review with Phil Spencer? No, Rain. And after we're done hanging out, I'm going to go watch it. And that's another thing, brothers. Let's talk about this too. That's another thing. Why do they keep picking on Phil Spencer? Why? Other Zinc, if you didn't hear me, bro, if you're going to stay in the chat, cool. But if you want to come in and chill, let me know. I'll send you a link. Why do they keep talking about Phil Spencer, man? Why? Well, leave the man alone. The man is doing good for Xbox gamers and Xbox and for us over here. Like I said, we're eating good over here. Leave him alone. Leave Phil the chef alone. He's chopping up game with us. All right, he's giving us all that good gaming food goodness over here on Ultimate Game Pass. Phil, we're eating good over here. Leave our chef alone. Chef Phil Spencer. He leave him alone, man. You're interrupting him. Okay, leave him alone when he's cooking out here in these gaming streets. All right, leave him alone. He don't need no distractions. You know what I mean? Because we're eating good, man. We don't need no distraction from the fake PlayStation troll ponies out there. They're so in denial, man. They won't leave Phil Spencer alone. They won't leave the Xbox fans alone that love the game. They're saying stuff like we're not being true, that we're just lying about liking the game. That we're just lying about it, and we know that it doesn't look good and it's not a good game. Can you believe that they're saying that, guys? Can you believe that, man? Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. And the Ploy 619 said it's just the beginning of the onslaught, and he is so right about that. Hey guys, wait! You just wait until Redfall and Starfield come out. You talk about onslaught. Wait. Oh my God, it's going to break the internet. And you know what? It's really going to hit them like a ton of bricks when they finally see that we're loving Starfield and that it's only on our preferred console, only on Xbox, an Xbox One exclusive. They're going to hate that. They're going to hate that. I have to see Unlimited show now. Yeah, man. Go check it out. Phil needs to ditch trash IGN. Yeah, he does. He really does. He really does. Now, look, I'll say this about Phil Spencer, brother. He's being the better man. He is being the better man out there when he goes to these podcasts and goes to these other companies and does interviews. I will say that Phil, I got to say that about Phil Spencer. He's built a Teflon. Like, he doesn't let nobody get. He might raise his voice a little bit. And it kind of bothers them sometimes when they keep asking the same questions over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Is Starfield coming to PlayStation 5? Is Starfield coming? I mean, just the same stuff, all the time when Phil does these interviews. And he has to say no, no, and no, and no over and over again. It's not. If you want to play Starfield, okay, let me say this slower, okay, so you guys can maybe understand it. You fake Sony trolls. Let me say it slow for you, all right? So you can understand. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Listen to me, okay? If you want to play Starfield, you have to get your Dollar General phone or your Family Dollar phone, or wherever you get your phone, Cricket or whatever where you get your stuff, or get yourself get yourself a Woolworths laptop, or get yourself a Goodwill computer, okay, and then go and get a subscription of Ultimate Game Pass, okay, then you can play Starfield, all right? You can play Starfield, Redfall, and Hi-Fi Rush, okay? It's not coming to the PlayStation 4, the last-gen system that's holding gaming back. The real system that is holding gaming back, which they keep forgetting about, is the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 is holding gaming back, all right? It's not the Xbox One. It's not the Xbox One X, because they discontinued those systems. You know what I mean? People still play them, big shots out to them until they get their Series S or X. Okay. If you want to play these games, it's definitely not coming on your old PS4, and it's not coming onto your checkerboard rendering 4K PS5. Okay. You have to either play it on an Xbox Series S or X, or get a PC, or use your phone. How many times do we have to keep saying that? Really, the ponies do, but when the Xbox community does, pisses me off. That's another thing that I'm not liking out here either, guys. I'm trying to read everybody's stuff on here. What's up, Toolman55? That is true. There are other ones out here that are damage controlling also. And to me, those are not real Xbox dudes. We've been here since day one. We've been here since the OG Xbox, Papa Xbox One, the first Xbox, okay? And we're still here today in 2023. You know what I'm saying? Staying on deck. I saw a pony subscribe to Game Pass to play Hi-Fi Rush. Deploy? I believe you. I believe you. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. Hey, keep subscribing. Play those games because that's the only way you're going to play it. You have to look. Even if you use that $1, let's say they have an Xbox One, right? And they have one of those one of those subscription things that came in and into the game with a game or in with their system. I think those are still relevant today for where you can try out Game Pass. There you go. 14-day trial. There you go. If you like it, you can go to the store, your corner store or whatever, and go get a month's worth for $14.99, and keep playing that Hi-Fi Rush. It's simple. Well, you kind of got to break it down for them because they kind of can't understand English and face reality that those games are not coming out on their system. But that's what you have to do. You have to explain to them slowly so they can understand. Sometimes they still don't get it if you do that. You know what I'm saying, guys? Deploy said, I know these ponies have Series S's and Game Pass on the low. And they do. They do. They don't want to admit it, but they do because they want to keep. Here's the thing, guys. They're followers. They are the real cult. Remember how they used to call us cults when the Xbox OG One was out? How Xbox is a cult and we're corporate slaves? Tell me who's the corporate slaves right now. Who's the corporate slaves right now? It ain't us. It's not us. A pony in GameStop told me Forza will come to PlayStation eventually. Really? You know where it's going to come to? It's going to come to your PC. It's not going to be on your. It's not going to PlayStation, dude. Gran Turismo 7 will come to Xbox before Forza comes to PlayStation. All right, put it that way. What's up, Toolman55? Sega Man, send it. I'll jump in. I'll jump on. All right, I'm just seeing it now, Zinc. I'll send you a link, brother. I will send our brother Zinc the link. And he's going to come in and talk to me for a little bit. All right, let's get Zinc in here, man. I like when Zeke comes in, we chop it up. You know what I mean? All right. All right, Zinc, I sent you the link, brother. Zink's going to be joining us, guys. Big shouts out to the chat. 13 watching. I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming and watching the show. You know, the short hangouts. Big shots to everybody. 13 deep in here with your boy Sega Man. What's up, Smitty Smith? Smitty Smith on deck. What's up, brother? Let's see what Smitty Smith has to say. Smitty Smith. Xbox destroyed were spoken in 5 words. Hi-Fi Rush available now. Facts. I like Smitty Smith, man. Our brother's been with us since day one. He's a true Xbox G out here in these streets, man. Smitty Smith, man, what is up, man? Big shouts out to our brother Smitty Smith. I'm so glad he's in here chopping up game with us. Look, there's my brother Zinc. We got to get Zinc in here on deck. There he is. What's up, Zinc?
Hey, man, hanging in there.
What's up, man? Even if you can't come in for a long, hey, man, I just wanted to talk about the Zinc, the madness and hate, man, for Hi-Fi Rush, brother.
Yeah, man, it's all over the place, Sega, man, and I this has been a huge week, and people don't want to talk about it. Even if that game High on Rush isn't for you, if it isn't
right.
for for anybody, it adds to the business. It adds to the portfolio.
Right.
Because only Xbox ain't got no games.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
I don't got nothing to play, Zinc.
Yeah, no kidding. It's just the biggest bullshit in the world. And we did go off on Sean's show the other day. And I'm
Yes.
listening to podcast and they just going off. And you didn't hear the Phil Spencer interview with that piece of shit
Not
IGN?
yet. I'm gonna watch it. Not
And,
yet.
and you know something, dude?
Tell me what happened. What happened?
Like when Dia jumped on the show,
Uh-huh.
she is phenomenal. I
Yes, I
cannot wait for
yes.
her to get on with you on a solo show with you and Dia, to get Dia to so she could really air it out and
Yeah,
express
yeah.
herself. She was a superstar on the show. But
Yes.
man, I tell
He
you,
was.
and when I talked to her in the green room, I said, well, I'm going to dial it back because I was I was about to go insane on Unlimited Truth, but I just can't do that. Go off that hard with a female there. And she said, no, it's okay, but I have to dial it back a little bit. But same thing with this lady here, sort of, that did this interview with IGN. And we all know Ryan McCaffrey is a special kind of friggin' rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
And you see that smug face that Ryan McCaffrey has. This chick was even more smug. And, I don't like journalists at all because they full of shit. What's up,
Mm-hmm.
100?
Mm-hmm.
They just horrible. Okay. They have no facts. Like I said, they always pick a side and start a fight. But of course, the whipping boy is Halo. The other whipping boy is anybody within management at Microsoft. Okay. Now, with that being said, this chick slowly snuck in there and then she went in straight Ryan McCaffrey. It was reminiscent of when Ryan McCaffrey gave that had that interview with Phil Spencer, where he said the PlayStation is a beast that he bought and I just go off on. And she did worse. I know Phil Spencer didn't want to interview with Ryan McCaffrey because he's still talking shit. And I
Mm-hmm.
even got mad at Rain G4. I think it was earlier today
Yeah.
because he said that uh, lady looked like she jumped straight out of the 80s. I was like, bullshit. She jumped straight out of Woodstock, dude. She looked like she was partying in dirt and
Hey,
smoking
Dia.
weed.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, she had that same smug look, and she asked the same dumbass questions. And
Really,
Sega
man?
man, in order to get on the Unlimited Truth, you have to tell the truth. So I don't want to get caught lying out here. It's bad enough E-Rock caught me lying at the top of the show the other day because I said he got his mic from Tuckmaster, or no, you weren't there. I think I blamed it on you. And he said,
Yeah,
I
I think
caught
you
others ink in a lie. He was like, I got it from Jabari Clark.
did.
But anyway, man, so I'll just give you a stupid ass question. She said this to Phil later on in the show. She said, "Have you got a chance to see the Uncharted movie?" And I don't know if Phil did or not, but let's just say
Yeah.
he did. Okay,
Yeah.
and she said she made a reference to, like, as if that's how you supposed to do a movie, right? And then of course she give numbers that we don't have for the Halo show, and she said up to now over 20 million people have watched it, but that initial debut, the Halo show beat it. One on one, it beat it. And
Yeah.
it was the most viewed, it was the most popular show on Paramount, and HBO is bigger than Paramount. So that says an awful lot.
Oh, yeah,
So
it
but
does.
but
Yes, it does.
so
Yeah.
anyway, Sega man, she made reference as to um uh she hoped the Halo TV show could learn from the Last of Us show.
Are you serious, man?
Hey
Learn
man,
what? What
when
is there
you
to learn? What is there to learn, Zank?
she was just talking about the quality and all of this bullshit, right? And I'm like, dude, I was awestruck. Okay, I couldn't believe they would never ask anyone from somewhere else a question like that. Never. Shout out to that Dick Train, but they would never do that, dude. I feel like Tuck right now,
Yeah,
but they
man.
would never do that to anybody from Sony. They always hold those jokers in the highest regard of all time. You know, it was amazing to hear her say that. But anyway, dude, it was so many things she did on that show, and she talked about the layoffs, and of course that question had to come up, so I wasn't tripping about that. And you know, Phil, of course, answered it extremely well. You
Yeah.
know, but he needs to let Aaron Greenberg have these interviews.
Yeah. I think he's more suitable for it, to be honest with you.
He would have knocked her head off.
I
And I
know.
really don't
I
want to
know.
call that chick out of her name, but dude,
Mhm.
she really pissed me off, dude. And then when she asked the stupid ass question, she would sit there with a worse than silly smug look like Ryan McCaffrey could only possess, you know.
Yeah.
So man, but it was littered with that stuff. And then you'd hear somebody say some fake shit like I listened to one podcaster. He said that Phil made a reference to Halo having what's that one thing that PUBG brought into? How can I forget this?
Um,
You know that one mode, the one,
PvP.
no, the one mode that PUBG had that uh, Fortnite stole, Battle Royale.
Oh, Battle Royale. Yeah.
Somebody said that Phil Spencer said something like that in an interview. I didn't hear him say one word about no damn Battle Royale. You know, and he praised Halo because she thought he was going to say something bad about Halo because people have this imaginary thought that Halo launched poorly, Halo have bugs all over the place like Horizon Forbidden Entertainment and shit like that, and it's just not the case, dude. And he made reference to all of that. So instead, oh, and then what people will do, they'll read from the guys, the articles, you know, they'll have an article and they'll have the interview. Always pay attention to the words yourself that someone says. Always pay attention to the words because when someone translates it, they always put their spin on it. And everyone that was reading put their spin on it. But when they play the interview, you see what he actually said. But dude, you know, it was you got to see the interview for yourself. And I hate, you know, I hate to
Yeah, that's
have
all right.
somebody
I'm
click
glad you're
on.
filling me in.
I, I
The first lady of chat, Diaz in the building.
yeah, but yeah, man, I just wanted to. I wish you would have saw it so you could had something to say about that. But you could go ahead, man, and finish reading the chat. I'll jump in. I just wanted to hang out and say some of that stuff.
Hey man,
You
hey,
know.
you know, like I said, like I said, Zinc, the hate is raw here, man. When Unlimited did his video, I mean, he was showing like retweets and showing all kind of receipts, brother. The hate is just so real out here, man. With the games we get, and they still think they're coming on their preferred console, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, and they do stuff like that all the time, man. And let's go going back to that interview. This chick said she talked about and it amazes me. Brad Smith has an MBA, a Master's of Business Administration,
Mm-hmm.
and this damn fool doesn't know how to read a financial sheet. Okay, and everyone that likes to tout the 12% down, 13% down, et cetera, et cetera. Phil explained this also. You know, he said that's this quarter versus last year's quarter. And he taught, and when she asked that question, and when that idiot Brad Sams tries to, um, you know, diffuse, hey, uh, bring Microsoft down or bring Xbox down by reading the percentage numbers that were down. They were down because in that same quarter, Sega man, last year you had Halo 5, you had Halo Infinite, you had Forza Horizon 5, you had Age of Empires, and those are heavy, heavy games versus this quarter. And
Yeah.
but he failed to finish the story. It was all offset by Game Pass, dude. So they still finished positive. It was in the single digits. It was very small, but it wasn't blown completely away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, in your business, you're not going to have everything meet their goals from the prior year, but you would hope that, okay, you don't sell this many lawnmowers this year, but you had a hell of a snow season, so you sold a whole bunch of snow throwers, so you offset that loss. Okay. In
Hmm.
that particular department, if you're Toro or Lawn Boy or a company that sells both, you know, whew, I got out of there. We still left this year up, you know.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. But you know,
So
that
was she actually trolling him
she
when she
no
asked him if he's seen The Last of Us? Is that what she was trying to do?
Sega man, I cannot make that up, dude. I cannot make that shit up. She sure did, dude. She sure did.
That is some crazy stuff, bro.
It is, man. You
But
could go ahead back to reading the chat, but she damn sure said, "Oh, but before you do that, you weren't on the show, and this came up a little bit later." Yeah, we only mentioned it one time because we just it had just happened. But you know how Boomstick and Soccer and you know all of these guys, all of these new Xbox YouTubers that know everything and they really hard on Xbox and Halo needs to have a new developer. Their leadership is poor.
mhm.
They're mismanaged. Everybody's being fired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Sega Man, Neil Druckmann, out of his own mouth, said Naughty Dog is not making Uncharted anymore. Isn't that like a Halo? Isn't that their flagship title? So were they mismanaged? Did they have poor leadership? Did
Yeah.
they fire too many people? When like Unlimited posted when it was 61,400 employees lost at Sony over a decade with no hiring spike. So they're in a steady decline, dude. And just how E-Rock and I were going a little bit back and forth on um, how you can tell if a company is doing well, it's by their investments. Where are their AAA games at now? They have Spider-Man coming, and the only one that's in sight is Wolverine. But go
Yeah.
on ahead, Sega man.
Did
I
you?
gotta get this call real quick. But go on ahead with your people. I'll jump back.
Hey, Zink.
Oh no, I'm staying on, but I gotta answer this real quick.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go
Yep.
ahead. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Shout out to the chat, man. Big shout out to the chat. Our the first lady of chat, Dia 4568 said Sega Man Zinc. They all tried to assassinate Xbox before the Dev Direct on the 26th with their Halo attacks. Xbox signs all of their what does it say? Detractors. This was a great week for the true Xbox fans. And Dia, thank you very much. It was. It was. I was very happy. I was very psyched. I actually called it, Dia, before we had the director show. I said they always drop a surprise. Rather it be a game or something like that. There's something that we don't know about. And we didn't know about Hi-Fi Rush. And what happened? They dropped it that day and you can play it that day. Google Paul, what's up, brother? How are you, my man? And they dropped it that day. You can download it that day and play it. And they even said on an interview, one of the developers said, if you watch the whole interview when they were explaining their game, he even said we hoped it didn't leak. And it didn't. It did not leak. From what I know, Hi-Fi Rush did not link. It did not link. And Rain G4 says
No,
she
no, no. Go back to Dia.
we'll go back to
Let me
Dia
tell
right
you
here.
let me tell you what I found out about that. Dia is spot on. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she is spot on. Ryan McCaffrey and his team,
Yeah.
and the reason I keep bringing them up, you know, they IGN and have all of this shit, right? So people pay attention to them.
Yeah.
But it's like my dad told me. We were listening to Rush Limbaugh while we were working one day. I was working with my dad,
Yeah.
and I said, "Daddy, why are we listening to him? You know he's a racist."
Right.
And usually when I work, like I listen to a show, I continue to work, man. I could talk on the phone and continue to work, but this one time, I stopped and I looked at my father. I was like, why are we listening to him? You know he's a racist. He said, hey, boy, you always have to know what an idiot is thinking.
Yep.
And dude, they are some class A idiots. Back to Dia 4568. What also, like Ryan McCaffrey on their show, they couldn't let Xbox have a win with that show.
No, they couldn't.
When the show was over, Sega man, he said, hey, I hope you guys could stick around because I want to get back on Halo.
Yeah.
So he went right
Yeah.
back and started destroying Halo like all of these other YouTubers were doing.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, so that's one of the things she's alluding to. I mean, they just can't let it go. You know, even though the problems with Halo is initial content from the year one, but if you look at everybody else, I'm gonna keep saying this. Everyone else that had their first year of a service game, they didn't have this much content, and they
No,
were
they
not,
didn't.
and they were not coming off of a pandemic where you had your whole team dispersed and could not work together anymore. So it changed the dynamic of business. All of the hate with Halo is due to content, and most of it is due to insiders like Jez and Jeff Grubb, people
Oh
that
yeah.
Jason Schreier that don't even freaking work at the company, but they know every damn thing. But anyway, man, go ahead.
Did you
Go ahead
see?
with the rest of your
Did you see?
commenters.
And I wanted to tell you something real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the chat because this is something me and you need to talk about too. Did you? Now you know that media site GameSpot. Did you see they said the new Forza for Xbox on Xbox One is on the cloud version, not native. Did you see that?
What do you mean by that? No, I
It
didn't see
said
that.
it said in their thing it said new Forza Motorsport for Xbox One is a cloud version, not native.
You mean Forza 2023?
Yeah, I guess that's what they're saying.
Yeah, you know, some things, man, you just gotta
It's
let
just
go,
these
dude.
guys out here. I mean, we know it's not gonna if it's gonna be on there. All right, okay, it's not gonna be native, right?
Dude, they don't know what the hell they talking about,
That's
man.
what
I
I
mean,
mean. These guys are fun. These guys make me laugh out here, man. They have to find every little thing to critique all our games. Rather it be Forza, Halo, or even Hi-Fi Rush. Any of these games like that. Big shout out to the chats, man. But
mhm. And even like Gogo
that's
Poll,
how they do.
right, and you were about to get on Gogo Polls, like you said. IGN is pissed at Microsoft because they expect money from Microsoft, you know, for ads. I
Yeah,
wouldn't give
yeah.
them shit.
I wouldn't give them shit either.
You know, it's
I wouldn't give them nothing either, man. They don't deserve it at all. They don't.
yeah, man. I wish they'd stop dealing with those dudes because I think somebody you were reading in the chat and somebody brought up Hi-Fi, Hi-Fi Rush. By that game shadow dropping and doing that well, they're seeing that they don't need them. And all YouTubers and podcasters they're less than four, single digit 4% of the population. They ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It's a small place where they talk a lot of shit. And I still haven't found any of these same YouTubers that's going off about Sony and their no content that they have going on there. But
And
anyway, man.
what's Rain talking about?
Oh
She
yeah,
also said why she was planning on what shadow dropping games in the
right.
future.
Yeah. She also asked Phil, "Are you going to shadow drop any more games in the future?" And this dude said, and Phil said, actually, that team felt it would be a great idea to just drop that game there, you know, because it was a big audience watching,
Yeah.
and say, "Here, bam, get us," and it worked, you know. And she asked if there'd be any more, and I hope they do. I hope they shadow drop Starfield.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you see how big how well High on Life did. You see how well Hi-Fi Rush did. If that game was shadow dropped, it would break the internet, dude. I mean, it'll cause a
Thanks,
work
Speed.
stoppage
Yeah.
everywhere. Let me see.
That's right, man. He said the day the lady of chat day 4566. He said word all Xbox got to do is let the games do all the talking.
And that's what they did.
That's what they got. That's what's happening right now. That's why they're talking about it. That's why they have Hi-Fi Rush all up in their mouth. You know what I mean? Because they're just player hating because the game is on our preferred console and it's not on theirs. And anyway, this, Zink, even if they did have the game over there, they're not going to play it. They're not going to buy it. They're not going to support it.
They don't need it. And Dia said what 100 used to say all the time. Well, you remember when 100 would talk about the Japanese handouts? Well, she was talking to Google Poll. Microsoft doesn't pay for goodwill from IGN or the gaming media that way. I believe Sony does. We all do. This is why they are so biased against Xbox. Dude, I honestly believe that 100%.
I do too.
Because it's just too much love for these cats. And like, I'm listening around today. I was doing some of everything today. That's how I slipped up and missed Unlimited show. But I guess Jim Ryan was caught lying to the regulators again.
Yeah.
I guess he referenced that Microsoft didn't offer them anything for Activision, and really they don't. But Microsoft is just because they could fight it all the way. They're the ones that's making a $68.7 billion investment that 98% of the shareholders agreed to. So they lucky.
And in reality too, you know how you watch podcasts, right, Zing? Because we like to watch different types of podcasts, and they keep saying if. There's no if about them getting them. They're getting them, and people keep saying if. No. They are getting Activision Blizzard. It's going to happen, no matter what. Even if they have to fight, they're going to get it.
And like Google Post said, it's slimy marketing tactics that they use. Payola does work over time. You know?
That's true.
And Smitty Smith, he said Brad Sams went to school, but it doesn't mean he graduated. Yeah, hey, even though he has his MBA, it doesn't mean he graduated. Just like Lena Khan, she's an Ivy League grad. That don't mean she's intelligent.
You know what, Zink? That's right. Now that dude, Brad Sams, is he another one? Is he another one that's like a fake? Because I stopped watching him a long time ago because he seems like he's fake. He always
is 100% fake.
Do this.
He's 100% fake, and again, like 100 say, he coined it that they're a double agent.
Yeah, 100. He's in the chat. Yeah,
you got to watch Windows Central too. They some double agents.
Man, that's crazy.
They are.
Jez too. Jez, that dude. I can't
double agent.
I can't stand him.
A Deploy went off the other day too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, man. Dude jumped on, he jumped on Sean's show, and that Joker, hey man, gloves are off, man. And that's the one thing.
Shots out to Deploy 619.
That's the one thing I'm glad about. The Xbox guys now, and I heard it on New Legal's podcast. He was like, we standing up way more than and it's loud now, and we not having no bullshit. Why everybody champion Sony and want everything to be like Sony this, Sony that, and we not having it anymore. Like this one dude said in Dirt Show today, talking about how great Sony games look, meaning our games don't look that good. Look, hey, this is something you could do for yourself. Everybody swear up and down Horizon Forbidden Entertainment looks so good. What I want anyone to do is go up to the top of a mountain and just look out there.
Yeah.
Just look out and look out there and tell me what you see. You ain't gonna see shit but fall. And I'd like for some of these guys to put this shit on their show and let it run. And the only time that game is gonna look fantastic is when it's in full motion video. And if you switch to it and put the Master Chief up on a mountain and tell me what the fuck you see, you'll be able to see way the hell out there, and it's not going to be foggy as shit.
Yeah.
And then the way he gets up to that mountain for Horizon, she's only going to have select spots where she could throw that 2-foot grapple hook to. Okay. You can't throw that thing anywhere,
Yeah. And Dia said she didn't even speak on Halo show. IGN is so biased. Why ask Phil about The Last of Us?
Yep, and they did. You got to see that, and that's what I was talking about. She didn't even say anything about it, dude. She didn't say, "Well, the Halo show, it was a great show too." But what do you think about The Last of Us? If you're not a piece of shit, then that's how I would ask that question. But
Mm-hmm.
everything, it was poignant and it was deliberate.
Of
It
course.
was zero objectivity to it whatsoever. And I hope people get tired. I hope Xbox get tired of it and just go and do shows with iJustine and people like that. Because
Yeah,
just like Jeff Keighley, dude, Xbox people can't stand this dude.
I
Okay,
know.
and we don't
I
need him.
know. We definitely don't need Jeff Keighley at all. I know, man. Him,
Mhm.
him, him, and Paris. I can't stand Paris, bro. I
Oh
cannot.
my goodness, dude! Anytime I see that
That
dude,
brother
I'm
makes
turning.
makes me ashamed. I'm ashamed of that brother. I'm ashamed of him, man. That dude is fake as they come, man.
Yeah, it is. And Rain G4, he said it. He said it right here. But Phil kindly let her know Halo did well, and they did two different
Oh,
type of genres, and they did.
yeah,
It was two different type of things, and Halo did so well they didn't even wait. First, after the first um, pilot that they did, um, after the first pilot, they gave them another show, another season. And the numbers were so good after the first season, they gave him a third season.
mm-hmm.
Okay, and I didn't even know that part until the other day. So,
And yeah, Rain is man. The chat is on fire, man. The
hey man,
chat is
the chat ain't no joke. And Dia said this too. I was so happy that he stood up for Halo, and that's one thing I was looking for. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
when I have a crew, sometimes I could work by myself. Sometimes I have 30 people to watch, but
uh-huh.
I'm just not going to let someone come in and say something to one of my guys without putting my foot down their throat. And
Mm-hmm.
they know not, because when I have a group of people, especially if it's a female on board, and sometimes a cleaning crew will come behind us because we're the last defense to a building project, the
Yeah,
painting crew, and mostly women come in there, and I have a meeting with the guys. I say, hey man, let me tell you something. If you want to talk to one of the girls, you let me know. I'll let her boss know. And if that girl wants to give you a call, then we'll do it that way. Agreed? Because
yeah.
today you can't make a pass at any chick.
Nope.
If she get pissed, you're done, and we're
Yep.
all in trouble.
Yep.
And what Dia is talking about here is, it's like I said on the show this week. If a ref is bullshitting your team, it's up to that coach to get in the ref's face, get a tech, just so the team will feel, hey, coach is on our side. And that's what she's talking about. She was happy that Phil stood up for his team. It's like, no, bro, they did good. They did good. I was happy he said that, because sometimes he could be vague in his praise of his team, but this time he wasn't.
You're right, Google poll. That's the one thing that Phil does. See, Phil is killing them softly. He even shows respect
Hmm.
for Sony's Big Des because look, he doesn't let that. He does not let that shit affect him, and they want to affect him so bad. They want him to go off so they can go and go out on social media and even do that and blow that up. They want Phil to go off so bad, but he knows that Phil's a very smart man. He's not going to do that. He's killing them softly. You know what
Correct.
I mean?
Right. And then Smitty Smith follows it up with a good one, um, referencing Dia. That just shows the lack of respect for the Xbox brand. You have the CEO of Xbox, and you're asking him about Sony. Come on now.
Right.
They
Right.
would never do that shit to Jim Ryan,
Do
dude.
you think
And
that? Yeah, I was about to say it, Zink. Do you think they would do that? What do you think
never.
about Halo? What do you think about Halo and Phil Spencer over there? Do you think they would do? They would never do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I think Rain G4 is about to say something about it. Ryan McCaffrey always acts like he's so
Yeah,
he's so
yeah.
concerned about
Ain't
Xbox.
concerned about nothing.
Hey man, and Rain G4 and I was acting a complete fool at the end of Grown Women Gaming today, and I was saying Rain, I'm just so concerned about Sony and the leadership at Naughty Dog. I can't believe they would leave such a great franchise like Uncharted. And Rain said back to me, he said, "Yeah, I feel, I see your pain." Knowing damn well we being sarcastic as hell, boy. That shit.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was influencing to Phil and even embarrassed to watch them try something like that. They always do, Dia.
Always do.
They
And,
always do.
hey, Dia, if you want to see some more embarrassment, look up the interview Ryan McCaffrey did with Bonnie Ross probably about 5 years ago. Ryan tried to make Bonnie say the Halo 5 story was terrible. And
Yeah,
you remember that?
yeah.
Hey,
Well, you
and
know the truth. You know, hey Zink, and some of the people in here know. We all know one of the reasons why they hated Halo 5. You know, and they
oh,
don't like
because
for us to bring it
it
up.
was
They don't
it's
like for us to bring it up, but they know why they did.
hey, well, we might as well say it because it's about to happen again.
Yep.
They didn't like Halo because you had a black leader. Period.
Yep.
That's it. And it was spearheaded by Ryan McCaffrey
Wow.
because he didn't like that Halo short film.
What's
And
up, Anthony?
Anthony Chipmunk in the house, and Coulter is a top actor. You know,
Yeah.
The Good Wife was a phenomenal show. And now that Pierre Heinz is there, dude, you see how when he came out now, people tried to say, I can't believe he gave a one sentence statement and with what's going on at Halo, blah blah blah. He stopped just like you said, Sega man. You were chilling with your family today. Okay.
Yeah.
You're chilling with this is the weekend.
Right.
It was so much commotion for that entire week from all of these so-called Xbox YouTubers. This dude pushed himself away from the dinner table and said, "Hey, I'll be right back." He answered these damn fools on a Saturday, okay? On a Saturday because the dam had busted. So what happens the very next day? Everybody is disrespecting this dude. I can't
Yep.
believe he made such that was horrible.
Yeah.
One sentence. So this Ryan McCaffrey lookalike here, she said the same thing. And that's what Dia was talking about. I'm glad that he was more elaborate and he was really praising Halos like, hey, it's staying here with this team. And he said when we use other staffs, it's the methodology of what we do as developers in so many words.
And
I don't.
you hear Google poll, right? It's so obvious that they don't like Xbox. They all a Google poll they always have. And Phil would go on there numerous times and he would try to damage control. You
Yeah,
know,
I like that. Gee, he was talking to Rain and he said it's more
yeah, yeah.
disdain. I watched a few of their shows last month. It's so obvious that they don't like Xbox. It is, dude. And it's that concern trolling that's paramount here, man. It is disgusting.
And they do it all the time. And Phil Spencer is such a smooth operator, dude, because he does not let that stuff bother him. They think they're going to bother him, and they don't bother him.
Mm-mm.
They can't bother Phil Spencer. You can throw all the stuff out about talking about The Last of Us and saying different things about Halo, the TV series and stuff like that. But you're not going to bother Phil Spencer. You're just not. It's not going to happen. They need to stop. They
Hmm.
need to give up because it's not going to do anything. They can
Yeah,
say whatever they want to say, man.
it's only gonna get worse. Your boy Smitty Smith over here. They
Oh
better
yeah,
not ever. They better not ever let me in IGN because I would have to get escorted out the mofo. Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
man.
See,
IGN is just like back in the day, Zink. I'll admit this. Back in the day, I watched them a little bit, but when I started feeling what they were doing, I'm like, I'm not watching this crap no more. This
hmm
is crazy. I caught on to it. I'm like, I'm not watching this stuff anymore
hmm
because they're not doing nothing but trying to embarrass Xbox and Phil and all them. I said, I'm not watching this stuff no more, man. You guys are not for the Xbox gamers.
no,
I'm like,
and
let me get out of here, man. I'm not watching this stuff anymore.
Right. And like we talking about this stuff, Sega man, let's see, since they had all of that vigor and snap for Halo, a franchise lead for a console, let's see if they have that same energy for Uncharted next week. Watch they let that all of that stuff go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're right,
Hmm.
Dia. And I think me and Zeke can agree. If they were the shadow drop Starfield, man, I'm gonna tell you what, the internet will break. Will be broken. The internet would break.
And
They
Rain
wouldn't do that.
G4 answered her perfectly. Shadow drops allow for gamers to play games without their negative reviews from IGN, and they can't catch up. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They
Yep.
they can't catch them once it's already out there because we play the game now. So your negativity, it just won't add up anymore.
And you know what, Zink, and you probably have to agree with this. Remember, it was a day and time before the Xbox Series X came out. Remember how quiet Microsoft was being about everything, and they were wondering what was going on. What's going on? Are they having trouble over there? What's going on? What's going on? They kept their cards close to their chest. They wouldn't release anything. You didn't know anything because they knew that they would be ridiculed for it. They
Hmm.
did that for a while, where they were quiet as hell, and they kept their cards close to their chest, man. And people were just dry begging, wanting to know what was going on. And they it's playing. We're playing chess here, not checkers. And they
Definitely.
know they know how they are. They know what's up. Xbox and Phil and them, they know what's up. They do.
Hmm. Yeah, and and they definitely know. And Phil knew he was taking a chance going in there because they're so stupid. But we knew we got the gist of how angry Microsoft actually is, but they don't show it. Well, I'll never forget
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
all of us will never forget uh them dropping that man, pick up your Xbox so you can remember how heavy that thing was. And
right.
just imagine that thing dropping on the top of Jeff Keighley's square head, you know, dropped it right on his head. He had no idea that thing was coming, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Would you say, Rain? I've seen more people act as if they are angry that Xbox Shadow drops Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, there's some people mad out there. And like I heard somebody totally just today, because Saturday I get a chance to listen to a lot of podcasts, and somebody was saying they just can't they have to start marketing at least four months early for Starfield. Dude, please. No, they don't. Get out of here. No, they do not. Everybody already know about it, you know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but me and Zink, man, we're just waiting for Forza. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do what Zink does. I'm gonna have the money too. I'm getting, if they have like the flagship of I don't know, like like a definitive edition, physical, whatever. I'm getting it because I'm a diehard fan of Forza Motorsport, man. I'm gonna get it, man. I don't really buy a lot of games like unless they're on sale physical. But when it's my top three, which is Gears, Halo, and Forza, that's what I do. That's what I do, and I'm
Word.
gonna.
I'm all in. And even they people dogging out Forza, at least trying to.
Yeah, what's going on? They're trying to. Are they talking about the? Are they talking about the digital garbage?
Mm-mm.
Talking about
No,
that?
mm-mm. They were saying that they really didn't say much. And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, global illumination,
Yeah.
4K, 60 frames per second,
Mm-hmm.
and ray tracing while you're driving, not in some photo mode. Dude, this is the barometer of console gaming. Okay. So it better not drop perfectly. It better
Yeah.
not, dude. Or dude, I think they'll just straight up cut our internet off. Because I'm telling you, we'd be rioting out here.
Zink, you know what? I have a feeling now I was kind of wrong because I didn't get the don't. I got to go back because I've been busy. I got to go back and watch the IGN with Phil, and I got to go back and watch the Forza show.
Oh,
But
I'm gonna watch. This would be about the 10th time I watch that damn
are you
Forza show.
serious? I'm
Oh
I'm
shit.
doing that tonight after we're done. I'm going to go down in the game room and I'm going to watch both of those shows. And I hope and I think this is what I think. I think they're going to before the game comes out, Zink. I think we're going to get a demo. I really think we're going to get a taste of the Forza, man. I just feel that in my bones, bro. I think we're going to get a demo pretty soon. It would be nice to just play a little bit of it and get a feel for it. You know, that'd be great to have a demo for the new Forza Motorsport, man. And hope they might do that. You never know. You
I
never know,
think
Zink.
I think if it took too long, I think if it, let's say if it slipped, if it went to October, I can't say slip, but if it went to October, I could see that happening. But with the as successful as High on Life and
Mm-hmm.
Hi-Fi Rush were,
Mm-hmm.
dropping like that, they really don't have to. Oh, also, Forza Horizon 5 is dropping some new content here soon.
Are they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be dropping something.
Did we get
Um,
one more DLC or did we get all our DLC? Because I pre-ordered it and got to play early where I got the
yeah,
DLC.
yeah, I did the same, and Hot Wheels came, and I didn't have to pay for it. But it's
Right.
something supposed to be coming, and it
Wonder
was
what
a
that.
Forza monthly on, but I didn't finish watching it, so I don't know what it is. But it's something that's supposed to be coming here very, very soon. Um,
Wow.
if it even haven't even dropped yet, and I don't know.
Wow.
What's up, Killers Heaven 82? Yeah, I
I have
didn't
the
know.
new one. I don't even open it, Zinc. I've downloaded it off of Game Pass, and I have a sealed copy of Forza Horizon 5. It's still sealed, man. I left it sealed because I play it on Game Pass. I
Yeah, but
never even bothered to open it.
I don't want to buy a new console, but if they have a Forza console, I'm gonna break my neck trying to get it. If they have a controller, I'm getting it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The
You know.
controller, easy, easy. Yeah. You better, and some people out there, if y'all listening, man, you better pre-order that bad boy because if you don't, it will be gone. It seems
hmm
like all the controllers that have to do with Gears, Forza, Halo, and all that, it seems like they sell out quick. What's up, Killer Chauvin? It
hmm
feels like they sell out pretty quick, man.
and you know what? And Mr. Keeman here talking that shit. Go to the highest peak of Forza Horizon 5 and see nothing but draw distance.
Yeah,
And dude, you just see forever.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
man.
then you could go over there. But when you do that shit with Horizon, you're gonna go through 100 cutscenes and you're gonna look into some damn fog. Fucking game, dude.
Forza Horizon, I know, Zink, we love this simulation. See, I'm different. A lot of the brothers out here, they say they like the Forza Horizon more, I guess because it's more like arcadey.
It's
It's a
easier
lot
to
of.
get into,
Right,
and
but
that's
mine is
understandable.
motorsport. I'm simulation. I like the Forza Motorsport just a little better. That's my shtick. I like the
Mhm,
motorsport. I like the simulation games of driving games. I like that. That's what I like more. I like the regular Forza. I love Forza Horizon. Don't get me wrong. I own them all. I own all the Forzas. But
same.
my favorite is Forza. Forza Motorsport is my favorite of the racing genre. You
It
know what I
mine by far. It's not
mean?
by far, but it's out there.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't some, like I didn't even finish all of Forza Horizon, but I know I have a whole lot of hours in it, or
yeah.
days rather in it. And it would have been more, but Halo came out. That's the one mistake Microsoft made that I really didn't appreciate because it really it cut the legs off of Forza Horizon because it was growing, 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 and then that dropped, and then it just stalled.
Hmm.
The growth stalled, man. I watched it stall, and everybody jumped on and jumped into that campaign, But so I think they learned a lesson from that, and but they knew what they were doing. I'm positive they knew it was going to hurt each other, even though they're two totally different games. But like if they dropped Forza and then 2 weeks later you drop Starfield, dude, I won't play Starfield to maybe August,
Yeah,
okay, or whenever I'm finished. But of course, some people will leave Forza and jump right into Starfield, you know, and
yeah,
vice versa. If I'd play Starfield, let's say if it dropped, let's say for argument's sake, if it dropped at the beginning of April, and 2 weeks later they release Forza, man, I'm putting that shit down until until forever. Okay, I don't care what I accomplished in the game, but to each their own. But you got
Hey,
to be
Zink,
careful of that. Go ahead.
let me take you way back in the racing days, man. And this is a game a lot of people forgot about, and you know this game, I'm pretty sure. And it would be nice to see this game come back with a fresh coat of paint and for next gen, graphical performance and gameplay. It's an old racing game that was fun. on the Dreamcast called Speed Devils. Do you remember that?
Man, that's one of my favorite games all time.
You own
I'm
them both.
glad you said that. Dude, Speed Devils. Hey, you remember how when you play it differently and that lake that you had to drive around when it
Yeah,
was cold, you could drive across the lake?
yeah, yeah,
Dude, that
man.
was a great
You
game,
remember that?
man.
That game was fun,
That
man.
it was the greatest, dude. If if they made that game, but hey, dude, I treat that mug like a Pac-Man game. And I'm
Man,
scrolling through this thing, man, and I see here Smitty Smith. What did he say this at?
I remember
Oh
the
yeah,
interview with
go
uh
ahead.
does it say
Mm-mm.
McCafferty? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I saw that one. No, but he
You
was
said
he was
Karen McCafferty.
he said Karen McCaffrey. He was saying that well, he said, where is it at? He said, where are all the articles for the Uncharted series and the concern for Naughty Dog? And of course, we
What's
just
up,
talked
Race Shit
about that.
Radio?
But so what, we just talked about it. And I'm gonna listen to the same podcast because Uncharted is supposed to be a staple. I want to hear about the concern. I want to know where the concern is for that. I really want to know this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm way behind. That's because me and Zinc, man, we're reminiscing because I'm gonna tell you what that my favorite part, Zinc and Speed Devils, were when you were racing on the track, and I love this part where you're in that canyon and it looks like the alien ship is gonna hit you, the UFO, and it crashes. You have to
Hmm.
drive around it, or the alien ship can pick you up off the ground if you drive into the beam of light, you know,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
Speed Devils. And it
Hmm.
just was so different and it was so fun, guys. I
It
had
sure
I, I
was,
played
dude.
that for hours,
It
brother.
sure
Hours.
was. I go nuts. I got something for Hebot. I'm scrolling down here and I see Hebot jumped in here.
Oh, he's in here?
Yeah, well, he's in the chat, and
I gotta catch up. God
because
damn.
they said, I'm just scrolling through, man, as we talk, and Gogo Poe had something good to say up here above. Jay, what's up, Jay? And Hebot and Gogo Poe is talking about the press is effing worried because Microsoft is big money. And it's the difference between getting paid or finding work in another field. They live on big releases and ad dollars.
Yeah.
It's just too many good things, man. But back to Hebot over here. Um, Another show I listened to was talking about how uh, Sony is m- uh, their brand is more global than Xbox. And I'm like, bruh, look, you don't get paid for global awareness,
Nope.
okay? Just because people that mind share is not putting money in your pocket, bruh. It's just not. Okay. And that's why Jim Ryan is going across the earth complaining and Rain G4 and I were going off in the chat earlier, and I think Rain was the one that said Sony is arguing so much because they know they're in trouble if Microsoft gets control of Call of Duty, and they will. The 17% of their income will immediately disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. No more of those extra maps and 2 years of this or 2 years of that. Man, they done. They just super done. That's a lot of income to lose. That's the
What's up,
descript.
Jay? Yeah, what's up, Hebot? Thanks for coming, man. Me and Zink just chopping up game, man. About man, they're just. I mean, it's just funny out there. It's funny when our brothers do their podcasts or do a video on just the hate out here, man. And it's just
Hmm.
evident. It's abundantly clear. Even Phil has to put up with it when he goes on and does these interviews. And it's a damn shame that the
It's a
hit of
crying
Xbox
shame.
has to do that. The guy's a nice guy, comes on, expects a good interview, but yet you want to throw shade at the man. It just doesn't make any. They give away Xbox to these guys. They don't even deserve it. They don't
Oh,
deserve that stuff, man.
it's shade and disrespect. It's shade coupled with a great amount of disrespect how they do. And then they had that smug look on their face. Hey, here's your boy here referencing old games that were great, just like Speed Devils, your boy Radiance 96 out here.
Let me catch up.
He's outside. Radiant 96 said, where is it at? It would be cool if Xbox revived Quantum Redshift. or made a successor,
Oh
Wipeout style
yeah,
racer
yeah, Wipeout. Yeah, man.
with vehicle. It disappeared on me.
Man.
Where that thing go? Oh, here it is. With vehicle shooting and combat. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's another blast from the past there. What's up, pal Trex?
Yeah, you know what, Zink? You remember back in those the Dreamcast days? I mean, they came out with a lot of they came out with I have them too. I have most of them. Like there was one racing game, I think it was called Vanquished.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have that. I still
Mm-hmm.
have that. I have all those, man. Those the Tokyo, what's it? The Tokyo it's downstairs. The Tokyo something. I forgot. But I
I'm
I
gonna
have
think of
most
it.
of them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Tokyo Extreme Racing, is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, and Paltrex, he's outside. Sony should be concerned. I think that's what he's saying. Sony should be concerned about paying
There
full
we go.
price for DLC. Again, cough, cough.
Yeah.
No kidding. No damn, and 5 hour DLC at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what they're all about now. You know what I mean? That's what they're all about. They made a big deal because when the Last of Us show came out, they wanted to make a big deal about that. You remember, oh, it's better than Halo and
Mm-hmm.
it's doing better than Halo. Get the hell out of
Yeah.
here.
And
Get your ass out of here. For real. I don't think
mhm.
so. I don't think so. And you know when they make and Zink, you know when second season comes out, they're gonna dog crap on that, right?
Absolutely. And they should shadow drop that shit so they it won't be anything they could do. And I'm glad you stopped on Rain there
Oh
because
yeah, good man.
they are afraid. They're afraid of another Xbox 360 era because that's what I
Yep.
see.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and he bought right there saying Speed Devils was like an evolution of Cruising USA.
Oh, I love that game on the 64. I have them.
Dude,
I have those games, Zink. I still have those Cruising UFA on. I have them all.
Sega, you didn't play that game at the arcade for
Yeah.
$1?
Yeah.
Dude, that game was firing like
I
a
have them
mother.
all, bro. You know what? The thing about those games, Zink, even in the arcade and when you got it at home on your 64, they were really fun
Yeah,
racing games. Those
yeah,
games were fun
yeah.
and they were creative.
That and Outrun, it was freaking awesome.
Outrun, yeah.
Hmm.
What's that, Zink? What's that one called on Dreamcast? Man, it was I can't think. It was remember this one? Demolition No Exit.
I don't remember that one.
I think
I
it was
didn't
called.
really play the Demolition games or like the Wreck Fest.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think it was called Demolition No Exit. I have it downstairs. I believe that it was called that.
mhm.
And there was the one that had the music video in it. It had the music video built in it called Cars. What was it? What was that? That
Oh,
racing game. It had the music video Cars in it. That rock song, and they brought out the game. The game looked kind of the game's really dated. It's really dated. You would jump high in the air when you did a jump. I think it was something 6. Is Speed something 6 or I
mm.
can't remember. I know I have it downstairs, brother. I wish I could tell you it
Yeah,
off.
you're gonna have to bring that one up because I don't remember that one. Usually I remember, especially a driving game. I'm glad you clicked on Smitty Smith over there, stepping outside, talking a whole lot of shit right there. Actually, Sony is globally $2 trillion in debt.
Wow.
And you over here talking
Wow.
all this trash. Hey man, hey, you know what? Speaking of one of the guys, I forget who said it up there. Um,
Is it up? Is it up in the chat?
yeah, well, it was eluding. Oh, man.
Was it
Uh,
Peltrix?
no, I think it was Smitty Smith.
Brady?
We
What did
were
he say?
talking about I think I brought up Sony as a more global brand somebody was talking about, and I said, man, like Heebot said, you don't get money off of mind share. And Smitty Smith brings up this $2 trillion in debt, and Microsoft is a $2 trillion company. And that's what I was gonna say. Hey, you see how Sony is making this transition to how do you have an Uncharted movie, Sega man, and then Neil Druckmann turns around and say a few days later, we're not doing, or he said this week, we're not doing any more Uncharted games. Naughty Dog isn't. Could you imagine Angry Joe? Because you remember in 2013, Angry Joe's like, hell no, Microsoft, you're not going to have this TV, and everybody went off on TV.
Oh
We don't
yeah.
hear
Oh
that
yeah.
now.
Oh
Where
yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
everybody at?
Yeah. Hey, I
Nobody's
bet you, hey,
concerned
hey, hey
anymore.
Zink, I bet you they have to be upset about that. There's people that are diehard fans of Uncharted too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's supposed to be this great spectacle, this masterpiece. And Hebot over here, Zink, people think that overseas profit makes a big impact. Listen to this.
Brother Hebot.
And
Yep.
and this is an international business fact. 2/3 of all goods and services sold through to consumers come from this country right here.
Yep.
Okay, from this one right here.
Yep.
So when they talk about how big or how well the UK is selling, man, UK ain't selling more copies of whatever than the state of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so get out of here with that. I don't want to hear those mysterious ass numbers.
Yeah, it's true.
And then Japan, they're not a powerhouse anymore because they've switched to mobile.
Yep. Oh, we got you, Rain. We know what you're talking about. Yeah, me and Zink have those games, played those games. Sega Rally, one of the best racing games
Sega,
ever made.
all time, dude. Yeah, Sega Rally.
Sega Rally was phenomenal. Back in the Saturn, oh man, the Saturn Day, I think they actually had the arcade ported at, and then it came out, looked really nice on the Dreamcast.
hmm
Good game, man.
He mentioned he loved Vanishing Point on the Dreamcast. I don't think I had that. I had a lot of Dreamcast games. They in like three
Yeah,
shoeboxes in my.
Vanishing Point was really it was a really good racing game. Like at that time, Zink, there was this all kind of, and you know what else was a good game on there graphically too? It was called I think it was called Rush 209024 or
It was
remember that
rush
one?
hours. It was I know what you're talking about. I'm
Rush
trying to look at it. It was
2024
something.
or
Yeah.
something like that. He
hmm
bought which one was it on the Dreamcast? I have that too. I think it was called Rush something 2024 or 2049 or something like that. That was another good arcade type kind of racing game that was on it, and it looked really good at the time graphically for the Sega Dreamcast. Very colorful, very crisp graphics. It looked really good.
These
I
jokers
just can't
going way
remember the
back.
whole name.
Even Rain G4 brought up Clockwork Night. Hey, that makes me made me remember something else stupid she said. You have to watch this video because I'm gonna write some things down and we're gonna talk about this again once we get on another show here. But she even tried to make a reference that um Game Pass wasn't doing good.
Really?
Again,
Really?
hey man, I can't make this stuff up, Sega man. It was crazy, dude. I was over here beside myself. And usually I like to just let you flow because like when you're an unlimited get on the road, dude, it's really a joy to sit back and listen to.
Game
But
Pass is going phenomenal.
it
Phenomenal.
is, and he had to reference that to her again. And he said, he gave a reason as to why they missed estimates on Game Pass. He said sometimes you set goals too lofty. You make we call it forecast. You make your forecast too high, at times. But he said Game Pass is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Oh, and hey, how does Game Pass grow? When we didn't have any so-called big AAA games, and it grows like this. It grows because Sea of Thieves is huge. Halo is huge, even though Halo ain't shit, right? And it's been in the top 20 for 13 months. Okay.
Hmm.
Flight Simulator is big, over 10 million. Grounded is big. What's our other one here? Oh, I did say Sea of Thieves. It was one. Oh, Forza Horizon. You know, and what happens is, that word of mouth, it just grows and grows and grows. And when these parents figure out, shit, I could get all of these games for $15 a month, you know, then it's lights out. That's how Game Pass grows,
Yeah.
and that's what Sony is trying to do. Sony is trying. They overpaid for Bungie, and I think Bungie is a great studio. And even though I don't play Destiny, that's a great game. So I see why people play this game.
Hmm.
But you can't overnight. amass this portfolio that the Xbox has. You just can't do it. And
Nope.
Destiny, Destiny is for the Bungie is for the streets. They told Sony's like, yo, bro, everything we make is it's multi-plat. So there's that.
Yeah, and going forward, I was watching this week on Xbox, and Jeff, is it Jeff Rubenstein that does
Um,
the show with Larry Rubenstein? He does the
with
Xbox show. Him
with
and that
that Larry
chick.
Herb
Yeah, Larry Herb, Jeff Rubenstein, and
and a
that chick.
pretty girl,
Yeah,
Ivy League chick. Yeah. Yeah, what
he
about 'em?
was talking about games that are coming out in this like what's coming out past going into spring and summer, and it's a great lineup. If you watch it this week in Xbox, he talks about all these great games that are coming out,
Mhm,
that'll be coming out and be dropping and springing into summer. Man, he was showing
mhm,
a lot of games, man, that's coming.
mhm. And here's Hebot saying that he's going to stream Speed Devils on Xbox. Wait,
He said,
on
"I'm going to stream."
Xbox?
Well, he does an emulation. I think he does an emulator thing where he can do that.
Uh, well, I'm gonna find the simulator because that's one game I'll damn sure play.
Yeah.
I'll do Speed Devils was it, man.
I guess I just gave he bought that idea because it was a great game. I actually own other things. I have one called Speed Devils, but there's another one that the Dreamcast made called Speed Devils Online. So I actually have both
I
copies. I have
played
the
that
regular
too. I
copy
had
and
that
the other
too.
copy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jay, you better be wrong, but I heard that too. That I think that's Xbox has over 122 or 124 users
I
across
think they
all of,
do. Zink,
yeah.
I think they do. I
Yeah, I
think they
saw that
do.
today. Jay and I
I
saw
think
the
they
same
do.
thing. Right. And but Game Pass is different. One is Xbox Live users, another one is straight Game Pass, and that's the one that's over 30 million. And but they've always had a humongous Xbox Live count. And that's where people were talking all of this shit is, Rand and them started, they're going to make Xbox Live free. For what? Why are they going to give away that much income? That's just the dumbest shit I've
What
ever
they
heard,
said?
dude.
Really?
Yeah, just because they're a $2 trillion company, you just want to give people shit? Dude, Warren Buffett is not super rich
They're
because
going
he's
to make
buying
PlayStation Spartacus free. Did you know that, Zink?
Spartacus. What the fuck is, oh, huh? Wait, no, they not. No chance. No chance. Those broke ass jokers. That's what that's like. And you know what, Sega Man? And you saying that? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Why don't they
It-
make that free? Why don't you say
right,
that?
right.
You know?
And there you go. There you go. He bought you are the man. The game Zink is called San Francisco
San
Rush
Francisco Rush.
2042.
Another great game. Great
Yes.
game.
Yes, it is. I have it downstairs,
Hmm.
guys. I just couldn't remember the name of it, but that was another great racing game on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast had some pretty good racing games, and then Rain back up in the chat said he wants to see Marvel versus Capcom 2 come to game. I think he said Game Pass.
You gotta stay away from Rain G4. I'm just glad I'm not driving, But I've learned my lesson fooling with him, dude. If Rain G4 is in the chat, I don't read the chat and drive anymore. 'Cause here's that. You'll see it when we get down here
What's it? What
later in
what did
chat.
Google poll say, Zink?
Where's it at?
Microsoft should do a
Microsoft should do a
MVC2P update to Series X. Would
Marvel
be
versus Capcom 2
Yeah, would be
update to
a
X.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, there's a
That
lot
would
of
be
people
useful,
that
by the
are
way.
that are diehard fans of that game. There's people that still play that game today, Zink.
Yeah, and I used to be a fighting fan way back in the day. You
He bought
know,
his. He's a big
when I was
fighting
good.
fan.
Yeah, but I'm not good anymore. Versus other players, dude. It's just too fast. And Deploy said, word of mouth, these kids are talking. And I
Yeah,
didn't. My
yeah,
daughter is off in school, and
no.
usually you don't have time, especially if she's playing a sport. You don't have time to play games that much unless you're off. And I didn't think she saw the Xbox show And she said, "Yeah, Dad, I saw this and I saw that." She saw it in chunks, of course, because it comes to Xbox. And like Deploy said, that word of mouth is killer. She didn't see the complete show,
Mm-hmm.
but she saw everything in the show. You know, so yeah,
Oh,
they
Zink.
kids know.
Zink, when are they? It seems like they're being a little quiet. When is this PlayStation 2 VR coming out, man? For $699. When is this? When is
See
this
there.
bad boy coming out?
Hey, you know what? I don't know if you're a double agent or not. Because you were thinking this the whole time, dude. Hey, how about this second, man? You said it wrong. Where's the marketing? I
Yeah,
don't
well,
see any marketing.
yeah.
Where is
Where's
it?
the marketing at?
Hey, you know what, Sega Man? Do you think they'll do a Super Bowl commercial for PSVR 2?
Hey, Mike, you
That'll
never
be
know.
really huge.
That'd be huge, man.
You know
That'd
what I'm
be huge,
saying?
man.
Why don't Sony do a show? I
Yeah.
just don't believe the marketing hasn't kicked up yet. It's amazing.
At the end of the commercial, it'll be fun. It'll say funded by Microsoft because they
Hey,
can't afford it.
hey, Sega Man, I'm concerned about PSVR 2 because I just don't see the marketing. I just don't see it. What
I
are they
don't see it
doing?
either, brother. I really don't.
This
I
is
really
crazy.
and you know, Zink. Listen, when that comes out, it's gonna be an epic fail. It really is because the Oculus Rift is way better and can do. It doesn't have no wires and it can do way better, and it's at a cheaper entry price if you want to get into VR. So I mean, it's just not going to compete, bro. It's an epic fail, bro.
Oh, it's terrible. It's a super epic fail because it's going to cost $1 billion to get into. It's going to cost $1,200 to get into. And let me elaborate on what Jay said. Bungie.
Go ahead. He wants me to send him a link. Go ahead.
Send his ass a link. Anyway, Bungie was an impulse buy for Sony. It was an impulse. It wasn't an impulse buy because they don't have money like that where they could just be walking through the grocery store and see this pack of gums like, oh, I got money for this shit. Let me go ahead and cop that. It was a buy of desperation, and they had to buy Bungie because they don't have an answer. And Bungie provides it's an impulse buy in a way that if they didn't buy Bungie, they were done. Because they don't, where else would they go? And Bungie is going to provide for them some discretionary income because they will get residuals, but at the same time they won't have exclusive. It won't be exclusive because Bungie is going to put their game on everyone's console, so that exclusivity is going to be gone. That Microsoft enjoys with Halo, Sea of Thieves, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So Jay is right up there. And Rain G4, I don't know if you listen to Sega Man, but this asshole, Rain
G4 Rain is something else, man. Rain is something else.
This shit is crazy.
I sent you a link, brother. What did he say? Was he down in the chat?
Yeah, Rain G4 said, Sony has users, but not from games. And he have a little needle there. You got to be so careful with that.
Let me put it up. Yeah, I see that, man. Yeah, I see that. Rain is he gets like the girls on GWG fired up. He does. Man, I ain't saying that, Rain. I ain't putting that up.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We both do because they don't want us to troll that much. But sometimes they have to read our shit.
What's up, Hebot?
What's up, Hebot?
OJ, why you guys ignore me when I'm in the chat? That's not nice. I know I'm not part of the chat, but damn.
We were saying your stuff,
I said I'm gonna do a live stream with Speed Devils for you two tonight.
We said that.
Are you gonna really do that?
I also said the game you asked about, San Francisco Rush 2044.
Yeah, we said that.
I also told you guys, hold on. Give me a second. I'm venting. I also said that I know the game you're talking about that starts off with the "We're here in my car. I don't want it to do." I know that game you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I try to remember the name of it.
Jam song.
It was I'm trying to remember. It was on Dreamcast, right? Or was it on Saturn?
Yeah, I have it. It was on Dreamcast.
But was it on Saturn or Dreamcast?
It was on Dreamcast, not Saturn.
It was on Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was the name of the game. Also,
it was the first racing game that came out for Saturn. I mean, for Dreamcast. Came out at launch.
Trying to remember the name of the fucking game.
Hey,
Also,
what
you
is
guys
deep?
saw that? You saw
What-
that bullshit interview, Zink?
Oh, he about to
Oh
jump
my
in
God,
here.
that shit pissed me the fuck off.
I can't wait to see it, man. I
That
heard. I was
fucking
hearing.
bitch,
I was hearing.
that dirty whore, whatever the fuck, trying to act like she's slick as fuck. Yo, she pissed me the fuck off trying to tell, yo, Phil, how did you feel about that Last of Us and the quality of the show? Bitch, Halo cost $100 million. Just because it's not grounded in reality doesn't mean that it's garbage. It just means it's different. That's number one. Number two, it was Microsoft that wanted to interact and intertwine gaming with TV, with Forza and Rise when they first started in 2023. In 2013, and what was Angry Joe saying? Like you said, oh, they're about TV, and not games.
Yeah,
You fucking hypocrites. Get that dog shit out of my fucking face. Yo, I want to fuck the people up at IGN so bad. If I have a bat, I'm going to hit them all across the head. I swear to God, they get me angry. And then the bitch, like, I'm glad that Phil kept correcting her too, Zink. I'm glad you brought that shit up. Every time she say, listen, when we said we had decline, that means in comparison to last year. That doesn't mean that we had a decline. We still had a rise, but it was less compared to last year. That's what he was saying. Oh, every time he corrected her, I was like, yes, Phil. And Phil's listening to your boy because you heard when he said, Game Pass creates no risk for gamers to enjoy games and know what they want to spend their money on. I was like, yeah. Well, Phil's been listening to Hebot. You know what I'm saying? Or at least I want to think that he does,
Keep fucking going, Hebot, because I was reluctant a little. I see Dia ain't around here, so go ahead, keep jumping on her ass, because it's a whole lot of material. I'm gonna watch that shit again, dude. I mean, Hebot, I was so mad. I actually stood up. I stood up and I looked at my phone. I'm like, this bitch here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
You know what's pissed them off is that Hi-Fi Rush. That's what pissed them off, because that shit is getting all the praises and they mad. You seen only 4 fucking media's outlets were the ones that reviewed it? Only 4.
Hey,
I was like, why y'all hating? Because don't come with the excuse, that we didn't get a review code. Motherfucker, since the game come out, we had people beat the game in 15 hours, in 2 days.
You didn't get it. Why don't you buy the game, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. Buy the motherfucker. Y'all gamers, right? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But you want to review for Spoken, and now y'all mad because y'all gave it a bad score, and then looking ridiculous. 88 review scores, and that shit's been on a 66, right? But and Sony pay how much for 2 years? Probably millions.
They could keep
them motherfuckers.
Shit.
Good for them. That should be on Game Pass, and we'll pay for free.
Hebot, that game is called Test Drive 6.
Which one?
The one with the video.
He on my card? My son Zachary would know for sure. He knows all that shit. If I ask him, I bet you he'll know exactly what it is.
It's Test Drive 6.
Hey, keep getting that chick on IGN, because it was a whole lot more. I'm gonna make you talk some more about it. And like Xbox All In said, same old IGN.
Oh yeah, for real. I thought because it started off, on the positive note with Hi-Fi Rush, that they were going to keep it, respectful. Hell no. They had to throw that stupid, snarky fucking comment about, so Phil, how you feel about the Last of Us quality show? Like trying to imply like Halo was shit. I'm like, yo, did you not see they just announced Gears of War for Netflix and Microsoft invested $20 billion on Netflix? Why do you think they do that? Because they're going to make sure that their shows come out quality, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, Hebot, let me ask you a question about that interview. Did you hear that chick when she said, I wonder, will Xbox be at E3?
Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Zink. That shit, I'm like, the only motherfuckers that go to fucking E3. What the fuck you talking about, clown?
Hey, dude. Hey, man. I'm mad at Sega Man. Because every time I say something, Sega Man was like, what? I'm like, hey, man, I can't make this shit up. And you know, at Sega Man, when you see this shit, you're going to be like, what the fuck did she just say? And when she said that, I looked at the phone. I was like, I must be stupid. Because everybody saw Phil say, hey, we will always support E3. And if Microsoft is going to support E3, E3 ain't going nowhere, guys.
Oh, I love the way Phil told it. He's like, we're never going to. E3 is the pinnacle of video games. It's an important pillar to the video game industry. I was like, yeah, Phil, tell her. Let her know, motherfucker. Let him know. He
And
was
and,
on it though. He was on his
that's
game. He was on it.
and that's how you know how stupid these people are. You
Hmm.
asked a question that he gave you an answer to literally years ago.
Hmm.
That's how stupid they are, dude.
Well, during the interview, she asked him the same question twice, but two different ways about how is it that how was it challenging and how did it affect with the layoffs and
Yes.
how they're going to make any changes to make sure that the Xbox gamers feel safe and secure about the Xbox brand.
Come
Mhm.
on, Ebot.
I'm
It
like,
was. Go ahead.
what? See, I'm like, feels like, wait, like, first of all, we all in trying times. What happened in the last 2 years, everybody was affected. Number one. He said, number two, we had to do those changes because we got to make sure that we fix the areas that need to be fixed and concentrate on what needs to be done for the projects that are being done.
Hmm.
So
Hey.
how do you do that? By letting go of the areas that you don't really need or that you
Hmm.
can sacrifice on,
Hmm. And
right? Which
I
I
don't
said.
remember if he alluded to
Go
it, but
ahead.
they had too many hires. They had hired too many people, just like overall Microsoft hired 77,000 people, or 77 or 87, whichever one you believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you let go 10. You still put 77,000 people into the workforce. Okay. And then, hey, how about
Other
this one?
Zinc, my brother, other Zinc. If you look at their shit from the 2019 to 2000, no, 2020 to 2022, which during the pandemic,
Hmm.
they hired almost 120,000 people more than what they had,
I know.
and more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And they said it. That was due to pandemic because
Yeah.
everything went virtual. You
And
had to
here's the thing, he bought everybody that laid off people did the same thing. You know who didn't
exactly
have a hiring spike during that time? Sony.
right.
Steadily declining, all the while everybody else is hiring to keep up with the changing landscape of business methodology. Hey, how about this
Exactly.
one? Hey,
Exactly.
Sega man, you still there?
I'm here, brother. Go ahead.
You hear Hebot trying to get out of venting? Here's another question. Hebot tried to change the subject.
What's up? What's
Hey,
up? No, I'm on it. I'm on it, cuz. I'm on
how
it for you, brother.
hey, how about this bullshit right here,
Hmm.
Hebot? When she said, she alluded to the things that's going on with the ABK deal. Do you think it's going to happen or whatever?
Right, right. And Phil was like, yeah, I'm 100% confident. I mean, we did have an 18-month window, and it's only been 12. I was like, oh, tell him,
And
Phil.
then, hey, check it out. And then Phil backhanded her again and said, "Hey, when I announced that deal, I really didn't know how things like that work. But as I
Mhm.
talked to more and more
I
regulators,
know. The
he
more I
said,
learn.
I'm way more confident at this
Hmm.
point in time.
He said, I'm way
How
more
you like
confident
that
now.
shit?"
He said, I'm way
Hey,
more
Phil was
confident
ready.
now
Phil was
than
ready.
we were last year.
Hey, Sega man,
He made her know that all that Sony bullshit ain't bothering them in any way, shape, or form,
Nope.
Mhm.
which was great. And then the other bullshit, she go and, oh, how is it challenging? He said, well, because I've been working in this company for so long and yet I've never lost my job, but there's other people that have been great to work with, and unfortunately they lost theirs, right?
Mhm.
But he also acknowledged that some of the people didn't meet up the expectations that they needed to, so we had to make changes.
Absolutely.
So what is Phil
Like that.
saying?
Let's point
We're
them out.
cutting the fucking fat of the people that weren't progressive. It's that
Hey,
simple.
or the people that were talking all that shit, like that punk bitch that everybody keep referencing, Patrick Wren, WREN, and is his last.
Mhm.
Everybody is referencing that whole bag. Okay, that's why this dude Ray couldn't jump on the show from Sean's show because he was at work because Jason Schreier was over there looking for a weak, soft ass employee that was disgruntled. Hey, how about this one, Hebot? Because we don't want Sega man, we don't want Hebot to get off track here. Let me
No,
see.
I gotta
Oh,
stop.
this one.
I'm still venting. Yeah, I'm still venting.
Yeah, no, you gonna keep on venting. How about this one, Hebot? Did you watch her? She wasn't even paying attention. That's how stupid IGN is. You see how she'd ask him a
You
question and
dropped it
she'd
right
look
there.
at her notes for more bullshit to say? Did you see that, Hebot?
Oh, you saw her looking to the side, right?
Yeah, she was looking at her notes, trying to find more bullshit to say
Yeah,
next. She didn't give a
I bet.
fuck what he was saying.
Oh, that shit too.
Yeah.
No, like either she was looking at the notes or they were sending her shit live while she was like, "Yo, ask him about this. Yo, ask him about that." Yo, Phil
There you
gets
go.
on his
There you
straight
go.
face,
Mhm.
laughing. That shit was great.
Yep. Yep.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
He never lost a beat. He thought, "Oh no, we're doing better than ever." And then he said, "And let's clarify also that the growth of Game Pass." You know, because you was trying to say, even though it's supposed to be a decline, how is it growing? In other words, how did you announce that it grew, but yet you said it's on a decline? And he told us straight up what it was and broke it down. I was like, yes, give it to her, Phil. Give it to her. Give it to her raw with no Vaseline. Just do it.
Hey, Paltrack, shut your ass up pulling the Rain G4. Paltrack said those notes were written in crayon. I'm glad I wasn't drinking shit. Golly, that made my eyes water. Hey, Hebot, how about this one? Since because she was alluding to Xbox not having any big games in 2022, right? And she said,
Yeah.
because she was so concerned. How critical is 2023 for you, Philip? I think she called him Philip at that time and shit.
Well, he said we feel good, confident with this year. He said we just had a meeting before I came to talk to you.
Right.
And we addressed that we had a little, that we were soft on games last year, but he's talking about first party.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And he also said, this is a part I want you to hit on. He said, every year is critical for us. Dumb bitch. Every year is critical.
Do you think this year is critical more than any other? He said, no, every year. Every year is a critical year. Every year. And he also said what you said, brother. When she brought up Halo and fucking Horizon 5 that year before or prior, he goes, oh, man, see, it wasn't like last year, like 21, when Halo 5 and we had things like, a Flight Simulator and Halo Infinite that all did great for us. They did fantastic for us.
And they're steadily printing money. And they said, hey, Todd, why don't you take your games? We made enough money, so why don't you fall back here? You go way back over here in the corner and you get that Sony stench off of this game, because we know you had to make a game for that PS5 with that off-the-shelf Radio Shack SSD, and you make that for the Xbox Series X, S, and PC. And then he said, hey, I'm gonna put you in a room with Jason Ronald, so you could make this game sing like Jason Ronald told him. But yeah, she was full of shit, dude.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And they were trying, and you saw how they tried to say, she was trying to say, so games like Hi-Fi Rush, they were made specifically with Game Pass in mind, right? And he goes, absolutely not. He says it was a game that was being done and developed internally by Bethesda for a while now. And due to circumstances, they couldn't really, I guess, have an opportunity to work on it. But since we did the acquisition and was great for us and a great opportunity, they came to us and say, hey, can we do this? We think it would be fun to release it in the direct show. And we knew this long before. So remember when you were talking about when they did the show with Jeff Keighley? Motherfuckers do what they were going to do already. They're like, no, we're not telling you shit. You keep thinking we don't got nothing down our sleeves. We got plenty, and y'all going to find out the hard way.
Right. And Rain G4 is at it again. I saw you, Sega Man. She looked like a cracked out Jenny from Forrest Gump. And then he said she looked like a good of a mop head. He must have wanted to say something else there.
When she talked,
like a mop head.
When she was talking, the top of her mouth, she didn't move it. She only moved the bottom mouth, so she looked almost like a puppet.
Yeah, she was full of like an old mop head.
It was weird.
Yeah. Hey, you know something else? Wait a minute. Did you click on it, Sega Man? Because somebody threw some shade. Oh man, I think it was Deploy.
Other cops came behind in the back.
Was it Deploy?
On it. Yeah, it was something good too. I gotta find it. Oh, that's it. Deploy. There it is right there. Hey, Hebot, How about this one? Because Boomstick hey, hold on, Hebot. Let me set you up.
Do your shit.
You know how Boomstick, Zalker, Colt, Rand Jez, they all tell this $2 trillion company what to do. So Deploy is really taking a shot at all of those people right now, and you about to kill it because feels like, hey, we already know what the fuck we're gonna do for our show in June.
Yeah, so you did.
Go ahead, Hebot, get in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Deploy 619, good shit, because he absolutely did. He said, "Oh, we already know what we're doing for June."
That's right. Shots out to
and we already know what we're doing for other developers shows that we're doing in the future. And I'm like, oh yeah, that means they got a roadmap ready to go.
You mean a roadmap? So Unlimited Productions friend, that dog walker, Crap Gamer, that roadmap that he kept bitching about, he still got a roadmap, right? Oh, okay. Thanks, Hebot. Thanks for letting us know.
The same way he was like, I know that it's rough not meeting expectations, but our goal is to make sure that we have games coming out frequently for our gamers all the time. He also confirmed that's how they're going to do stuff once again. Same way he talked about.
We ain't lose Hebot, did we?
Sorry, it was my daughter. She came to my window and knocked and scared me.
Yeah, man. But that was, you got to see that show. Yeah. And the only thing I wish he would have said a little bit more about how star-studded High on Life dropped. To close the year out. That was awesome. He did bring up Pentiment.
And that's why she did that, Other Zinc. That's why she brought up that snarky remark about The Last of Us, because everything they threw at him, they couldn't get no negative at him. And what he said, it makes me happy to see when people in the industry can actually branch out and have success in other mediums. That's what we've always believed in. That's what we believed in with Halo and with other things that we tried to do. That shit was great.
And he was happy for him. But really, in translation, what he was really saying, about the Last of Us movie and how Sony is doing that. He was saying Sony is on their way out of gaming, and they're going the movie route and start making movies of their games because they're not doing nothing making no games.
That's all they got.
So they switching over to TV.
Listen, Zink, let me tell you something. That Last of Us show, it was so hypocritical because the whole point of the story, right? And not to bring the race card in, but the whole point of the story is that his daughter gets killed, right, accidentally. And that when he makes the relationship with Ellie, that he gets attached to her because she reminds him of his daughter, right?
Right.
But in the show, his daughter's black. She's not even white the way she was in the game.
Oh, they doing a Halo thing, huh?
So they try to do the Halo thing, and now it's accepted. But when Halo did it, with characters that are not personally connected to Chief, it was a problem.
It was a big problem. And you know what? Don't get off of Smitty Smith up there. I'm glad you stuck on that comment so I didn't have to go hunt it down. Hey, I'll let Hebot go ahead and finish going off here. Smitty Smith said, does IGN know what Sony is doing for E3? and then Smitty Smith gonna get that sarcastic ass Rain G4 laugh behind it. Smitty Smith ain't shit either. He know that's a strike because he know damn well Sony ain't going to E3. And I do that same thing, Smitty Smith. I always ask Grown Women Gaming, hey, do you think Sony is going to E3? And they say, Other Zinc, they not attending E3. I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
Goddamn well IGN ain't gonna ask. They're gonna be like,
never.
Oh, Sony didn't go to E3, and that was a smart thing to do because with their shows that they do virtual, smart. It's enough. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
State of Play is awesome. Piece of shit.
State of Play.
You know what I mean? Sony ain't never done a stealth release not once, ever in their whole existence.
Yeah, is Microsoft going to be the only one at E3?
Dude, Nintendo might make a showing. I don't know, but I didn't know that Google poll that IGN is having ads for Elder Scrolls Online. That's a big ass game.
Because they like that Microsoft money, but they don't like fucking sucking Microsoft bebop. They're dingling.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Box? I haven't seen this guy. He was like, I heard season 2 is going to be woke. Laugh out loud.
Oh, damn well.
Oh,
If it's based off the game, it's definitely gonna be woke.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fuck out of here.
We
Shit
shall,
got me
we
nervous.
shall see, man. We shall.
So then she goes, so do you think this will work for the future? Are there still people? They said, well, so far it seems good. So let's see what happens.
Dude, Sega Man, you got to see this show, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it
watch
again tonight, but because we got to hit this up again, dude. This might be a reason for an unlimited truth, you know.
Well, just to let you guys know, Hebot's gonna try to do what we got next tomorrow morning.
Are you?
I'm gonna try to do it, yeah, around
right.
between 12 and 2. So
All right.
if I get to do it,
Mhm.
you know what I'm gonna talk about. You know exactly what I'm gonna talk about. The hypocrisy about games turning into movie media. Let's talk about that shit.
Yeah, I don't know where Angry Joe is, Hebot, but I haven't seen him yet talking about this TV. They making a Last of Us movie TV everything out here.
Mm-hmm. He's hiding me and doing other things because he knows he can't do game shit no more. Because people people caught on to his BS. Talking about, oh, Rise is not really a great game, and the motherfucker never played it. He had his fucking friend streaming for 1 hour on his channel, and he didn't even touch the controller. Motherfucker, shut the hell up. But you want to play Killzone, talking about that it was not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Killzone, dog shit, first person shooter. You go in the water and you die. You can't even go in the water. Shit, gay as fuck. It was whack.
I'm concerned about Killzone. Are we going to get it again? I'm so concerned.
You'll never see Killzone again in 4.
That was garbage, dude.
Bugging. You're gonna see Horizon Zero Killzone. They're gonna fuse them together, my brother Zink.
Dude, I was the only one that beat Killzone. Of my Sony friends, I get their PlayStation when I got rid of my PS. I think it was PS3. I got rid of, and I beat the Killzone games. I just didn't beat, I think, the last one or last 2. But I beat those games, and I actually liked it. I really liked 2. It was just a little bit generic, you know, and didn't look nothing like that promo that Hip Hop Gamer said. Oh, the actual game looked better than that. I'm like, come on, dude. When they found out, Sega Man, when they found out that was not gameplay close to it, Hip Hop Gamer came back and said, "Oh, the game actually looked better than that." I said, "Come on."
Yeah. Because he didn't want to take it out. That's why.
Yeah, that's when we were watching everybody. That's when we were. What was this guy, Torrance Davis? We were watching Torrance, and it was a lot of people we were, you know.
Dude, I like Hip Hop Gamer, not in person with the guy, but I had to stop watching because he was chill for Sony too bad, bro. I remember when he used to do those videos, his videos on his room. And take out a chalkboard and start writing down and try to break shit. I'm like, what is this man doing? You remember that shit?
Yes, sir.
What in the world? He lost his fucking mind. I'm done.
When I got offended and stopped listening to him is when he compared, if you don't like one of these games, I forget which Sony game it was, but he said, if you don't like this game, that's like slavery. I was like,
oh,
what?
Yes.
You remember that shit?
Yes, he was trying to say that. The Order. It was the Order.
It was the Order.
It was the Order. I remember
1886.
That shit.
Yes, it was. And you know what? And I gave him 2 more shows to apologize for that. I'm like, dude, I have uncles, my parents. I'm like, dude, they were discriminated against hard. Okay. I'm they went through all of that for you to say this. I gave him 2 shows to apologize. He never did. I never listened to him again.
Right. Shit, The Order has so much funny shit. I remember when The Order came out, and it was only in widescreen with the black bars on top.
Black bars on top and bottom at 800p.
It was 800p, and people were like, "Oh, but it still looks amazing." I was like, "Shit." So did Rise, and then Rise was 900p and 16:9. So what's the difference? Huh? And they were trying to damage control it. They were like, "Oh, it's because it's so cinematic. It can't even be done on Xbox." Then when they got let go by Sony, the first thing that Ready at Dawn said, "Oh, we could have definitely done the order on the Xbox One X or on the Xbox One."
And
I was
see,
like, "Oh yeah, I still have those receipts." When they said it themselves, that shit was funny as hell.
and see, I'm
And
repeating this shit. Go, no,
yo,
go ahead.
when I played the game, I told people, I was like, "Look, the game is literally like 5 hours of cutscene, an hour and 2 hours, something like that, of like what you call it, platforming, or like 2 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours of like QTEs, and literally an hour and a half of actual gunplay action in the game. I beat the fucking game,
Yeah,
and I said the game has a lot of potential to become a good franchise, but it needs more work. They need to balance it out better. And motherfuckers, oh, you a fucking fraud, because I played it. My dumb ass, what I did was I played it on an account that wasn't mine. And when you do that, whatever achievements you get, if you play it for the first time, even if you're using your thing at the time before, it would not count towards your achievement. You couldn't see it in your achievements unless you actually signed and had it in your account directly on PlayStation. That's how it was originally. Almost like, think of it like on the Switch, right? On the Nintendo Switch. If you buy a game on the Nintendo Switch on an account, you can't sign in on another account and still have access to that game. It's locked to that account. You have to buy the game again.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous, you know.
And that's retarded, Brother Zink, retarded. And motherfuckers
like,
try to act like what you talking about? Stop it.
Yeah,
stop it.
Right. And like Smitty Smith said up here, as a concerned consumer, I would like to see a roadmap for Sony. Does IGM have any information about that?
Sarcasm.
Dude, hey man, dude, these jokers are crazy, man. And I was just going through the chat. I just remembered that one. And,
hey, Rain had a good comment too before his. I think he said something about the order. I think Hip Hop Gamer said it was racism if you didn't like it or some shit like that.
Right here.
Ray G boy said Killzone was a loaded diaper.
Rain said it was the order 1886.
No, he didn't say that.
It was like racism.
He said it was like racism. Oh my God, I remember that too.
Yeah, we were just talking about that
shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that shit. Yo, Hip Hop lost his mind sometimes. And the thing is, he seems like a likable dude, but he be doing some crazy
and like Rain
shit.
G4 said, he said Hip Hop is a cool brother. He is. But when you say
that
things like that, dude,
funny.
I'm like, nah, I can't co-sign that at all.
But what I liked about him is that he gave it. What I liked about him, Brother Zink, is he gave the flavor in his videos like he was from the hood, like that he grew up in the projects and this shit, right?
He didn't hold nothing back, and I like that about him a whole lot.
And the way he carried himself, and he didn't curse or nothing like that, but the way he carried himself, he showed this that he's from the streets, right? That he grew up in the streets, and that was good. But when he started,
he held himself very, 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 very well. And of course, I rooted for him because he was black amongst everybody that was white.
And it's a good thing to see other people also. Yeah, you know, he's a minority that's just trying to fill in the space that you don't really see minorities, whether we're Hispanic, whether we're black. So it was nice to see that, right? Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of people gravitated to next gen shit when he first got in, because he was black, he liked Xbox, he had a different crew.
That's not why I went in with next gen. Next gen saved my life, dude. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh, okay. But I'm talking about myself, how I got, innate with them. You know what I mean?
No, dude. Listen, I had 1 foot on a ledge. I was ready.
I'll be right back. Give me a second, guys.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I had 1 foot on the ledge, ready to jump, dude. Because everybody was blasting Xbox in 2013. I'm like, I thought this shit was great. I'm like, you buy one game, you'll be able to share with 9 people. I'm like, this is fantastic. And everybody kept dogging it out. Man, I was ready to jump. Till my boy Ramo called me. It's like, don't jump. It's this guy next gen. He promotes Xbox. Listen to him. So I was like, okay, I climbed off the ledge, man. And, he was hyping up Xbox. I was like, oh, I got something to listen to.
Look at 100, man. You need a little PS5 in your heart, man.
Yeah, I was just about to read that shit. Speaking of 100, Xbox Day One podcast at 10:30 Central Time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
tonight on Saturdays.
Eastern time, it's 11:30. Yep.
Eastern, 11:30 Eastern time, the Xbox Day One podcast.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll be watching that tonight.
Mhm.
I got a lot of catching up to do, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch
Smith said 100. Oh no, the hell we don't.
Yeah, the 100 want us to play 720p.
Right? But
Yeah.
hey, Zink, you know, Google poll, he said something. He said that the Order 1886, he thought it was a good game, but it was too short. Did you play that game?
Yes, I did. I
Is it a
hated
good
the order.
game?
Not to me, no. But what you know how you know me by now. I like intelligent artificial intelligence, enemy AI. They
Yeah.
don't have it. They had some whack-a-mole type AI. Like, man, this one dude, I was shooting at this guy, and this is when I stopped playing the game. He actually stood up out of cover and started loading his weapon. I said, okay, I'm out. I'm like, that's it. And here's Google Poll. PS5 is the worst PlayStation in my
It
opinion.
is.
I agree.
It is.
I thought the PS3 was bad. It was,
It is.
but it got good near the end. PS4 was meh, but PS5 is garbage. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something about that PS3.
Facts, Google poll.
He's spot on. That PS3, dude, that's around the time I was playing Rainbow Six Vegas 2, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And it was so hard to program for that cell processor. Rainbow Six wasn't even campaign co-op on the PS3. Talking about something hard to program for. That was it.
The biggest problem with that fucking. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Go ahead.
You breaking up a little bit, Heba, but go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was trying to say because you mentioned the thing with PS3 cell processor. The biggest problem with that shit was that it only had 4 RAM of memory.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Memory.
Hey, you botting, Hebot.
Man, when Hebot starts to get good.
Yeah. Hey, Hebot, you botting if you hear us. You breaking up.
Try it again, Hebot. Do it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still breaking up a little. You still breaking up, and you left off when.
And I'll come back in.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, because I want to hear him. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, and Gogo Poll said, yeah, the AI was bad, laugh out loud. I really like the graphics. Graphics is pretty good.
Hey, Zink, man.
Hey,
Zink, I told you before, you know this, man. The best PlayStation they ever had was a PlayStation 2, hands down.
Yeah, it had everything, and we all had one. But you know, I was still. It was SOCOM versus. You still breaking up, Hebot.
He'll be back.
Yeah, it was SOCOM was good, but I thought Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon were better. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, Zink? I still have I have the old PlayStation 3. It's in the garage in a box, but at one time I did have it hooked up. I had the big George Foreman looking one, that huge heavy ass behemoth of a system. And it was the only game, Zink, that I beat on there and liked. I beat all 3. Was Resistance. It was a knockoff.
I beat all 3 Resistance. Listen that you tell me about the knockoff of a first-person shooter that was trying to be great, man. And hey, how about in Resistance that hard-ass Jeep, that Warthog Jeep that you had to drive around in? That piece of shit. Yeah. And that was by Hebot's favorite. No, that's Rain G4. Rain G4 really loves Insomniac. Insomniac made Resistance. Yep. That piece of shit.
Insomniac that's his favorite developer?
Yeah, it is. Ms. Smitty Smith, does IGN have any information on the updates of the next generation 720 box?
Oh,
hey, dude. Hey, you know what? That reminded me of something.
Low blow, Smitty Smith, low blow.
Hey, man, I listened to.
God damn.
Damn. The dude, Mads Gaming. Mads Gaming said today, Sega man, that he thinks this generation is going to be 1080p. It's going to be a lot of 1080p games because of what, you know, I think it's what's the game that dropped today? Dead Space or yesterday?
Dead Space was yesterday, I
I
think.
guess Dead Space don't have good numbers or something.
Are you serious?
I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about it.
As he bought.
Yeah, but I think I guess it's running at low resolution or something.
Oh, are you
And
serious, man?
yeah, and
Oh,
Mads
man.
game and Mads attributed that to, you know, all of next generation. So I said in the comment section, I said, no, that's Sony only. I said, I'm getting myself ready to play Forza Motorsport with global illumination, 4K, 60 frames per second lock, while having ray tracing on track. I said, you need to talk about Sony while Gran Turismo 7 is dropping to 48 frames per second. That's not Xbox. I sure did. I said that right in his chat, and I added them too.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, now, Hebot, what were you saying about the PS3, brother?
You stopped off, Hebot, when you said they had 3 megabytes or 4 megabytes of RAM.
Yeah. The internal RAM, right? The dedicated RAM was only like 4 megabytes, I think, or 4K, something like that, as opposed to the 360 that it had over 536. And that's why the games, you know, actually ran better or have better frame rate, like
And
in the case of Bayonetta, for example.
What about that cache that the 360 had? And of course, we know Cliff Blazinski wanted us to move it up so he could make gear.
I was going to touch on that. It was because we got to thank Cliffy B.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Hebot, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Yep, you're breaking up, Hebot.
He's like, I want Gears of War to run the best it can, and I need more memory. You guys got to bump up.
Hebot, you need to say whatever you're saying right now. We can't hear you. You keep breaking up, Hebot. Whatever you're saying about this, you got to bring that up tomorrow if you have your show, because that's important what you're saying about Cliff. But you keep breaking up. We can't hear it.
Can you guys hear me or no?
Now we could hear you, but you kept breaking up when you got on Cliff.
Yeah,
right.
And how important it was when he boosted.
Well, we got that. The community, the Xbox community, always fails to forget that we got to thank Cliffy B for the success of games running well on the 360, because it was him that said, "Yo, I need Gears to run the best it can on the hardware, and I need more memory. If you guys bump up more memory,
RAM, right?
Yeah, more. It was the dedicated RAM, the DDR, dedicated RAM, and basically they bumped it up from 515 to I think it was 536 or something like that, 538, and that was enough.
It was something split, and he wanted to be 518, 513, something like that. I forget that exact number, and they gave it to him, and they made Gears.
They did.
And even though Cliff is a crackhead, even though he's a crackhead today, we needed him then.
But because of that, he you know, he made the possibility of other games running better on the system.
True, all of them, everything got better because that was pivotal, dude. You know, and then here come Jay with his stuff talking about MotorStorm and Resistance were his only PlayStation games that he liked. And you know what, I did, especially Resistance too. I did like Resistance too.
Rain, you ain't shit, Rain. You ain't shit. You heard what he said, Rain?
I gotta get down there.
Yo, and, Rain said Hebot got that. Hebot's running on that Forspoken engine. Oh, you ain't shit, Rain.
That's right. I'm glad he said that, because I'm gonna start using Forspoken engine. But yeah, Jay, and MotorStorm, one of my boys really liked MotorStorm, and Sony got rid of that shit. They were like, get out of here with this damn game. And they threw that shit away.
They've closed down them motherfuckers.
Did you guys play? I tried to play MotorStorm. Did you guys like it?
I played it. It was okay.
Good. It was good.
But
it was good series.
We were playing too many good racing games at that time. And so, you know, we weren't playing it. And then Deploy said cell processor was trash. 100. Hey, but Deploy, he's tripping, because you remember they were talking, saying that cell processor was so unbelievable that NASA was going to use it or some stupid shit they were trying to say.
I mean, others did. You don't remember when they said that shit had human tissue in it?
Oh my God!
You don't remember that shit?
That's crazy.
Dude, it was so much
Dead
wild
serious.
shit going on.
Yo, they were like, yo, that shit has human tissues running in it, on it, in it. Well, I was like, what the fuck? Yo, these motherfuckers lost their mind. I remember like, never mind 60 frames, you're gonna play games all in 120 frames on PS3. That shit was funny as fuck. I remember Bayonetta used to run like 19 frames on that shit. On
Wow,
360 it was 60 frames solid. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers lost their mind.
Oh, Peltrick said not only was it not enough RAM, the system couldn't use all of it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's right.
Yep.
He's right. You couldn't access it. It didn't have access points to use it with the other chips, with the cell processor and all that shit. Yep. So they really had like two megabytes of RAM, I think, for each game or something. Or they had to split it. It was hard as hell. And remember, in those days, digital fuckface, them motherfuckers used to do the videos without talking because every game on 360 always outshined PS3.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the PS4 that they started talking. Oh yeah, look, this game runs way better. It's 1080p as versus 900 on the Xbox. I'm like, shut the fuck up, because the frame rates run better anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's lower frame resolution. If the performance is better, stupid.
And I don't know about this one. Emmanuel one, to the best of my understanding, the Xbox Series X memory setup is similar to how the PS3 was. Xbox just figured out how to do it correctly. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I watched that, how Jason Ronald and them broke that thing down, and the Xbox is really, really wicked. And people forgot how powerful that thing actually is.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it is wicked, dude.
Think even the Xbox One, they had
Yes.
they had the dedicated RAM separate that you could use to allocate for the differences that they had to use for like the Connect and shit like that. And it was proven because the motherfuckers, I remember when they send out Xbox team members to help the Bungie
Those mini ninjas.
to fix Destiny,
Yeah.
and they helped out the people doing Diablo to fix Diablo, and they were both running the same way as the PS4. But they couldn't keep sending out people to help all the developers. They just didn't want to use it.
They only
They
sent
didn't
out
want to learn
the
how to
big
use
ones. You could stay with Gogo Pole. He said at least, talking about Cliffy B, at least he's not a fool like Jaffe is now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell,
Jaffe is
oh my God,
absolutely
David
insane.
Jaffe.
Joker
This
is straight
motherfucker, David
crackhead.
Jaffe, boy, trying to act like he give a fuck about shit. Motherfucker had the nerve to say stupid shit like, oh, y'all don't want to play Forspoken because it's a woman lead and she's black. I'm like, get that dog shit out of here. You wanna be,
You should have said
wanna
that
be
about Halo 5.
leftist motherfucker. You just want to stay relevant because that's the only way people go see your shit. The hell out of here. You're the most toxic developer in gaming. Kratos was the most toxic character ever created. That motherfucker used to have sex and pull bitches by the hair in the game. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, and knocking shit off the desk next to you. And shit.
And squirting, and they show references like he's squirting when they would come and shit. It's like, get out of here with that bullshit. Like trying to act like, oh, it's great what they did with Kratos. No, man, you saw because Sony didn't let you do your own creation and continue with it, doing that gay ass, drawn to death, that corny ass shit that you had no
Garbage
success
ass
with.
game. But at least Kratos, the God of War was appealing. And I was like, damn, these jokers made this damn game. This is crazier than a mug. I just preferred Ninja Gaten's gameplay over God of War big time.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the combat, it would never touch Ninja Gaiden, but the game was dope. I love the God of War 2 and 3 and 1. Those are my favorite. Even Apocalypse, I mean, Ascension was good as hell too.
Yeah, a lot of people like.
And I remember when like, oh, we can't play these games because they don't evolve. They feel like the same. They just feel like button mashes. Like, no, the fuck is not. You motherfuckers just don't appreciate good action adventures hack and slash. That's all it is.
Hey, but Xbox All In ain't shit. And I remember this shit. That's why I brought up the space shuttle. He was like, Xbox All In, a little lore. Terrorists were going to buy it talking about the PS3 for missile and weapons systems.
Mhm.
Because they were saying a lot about
That's
space and they were
crazy.
going to use the cell processor.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It
It's
could
true.
launch the space shuttle.
That
It's so
did happen.
powerful and all
That
that
did happen.
Yo, my
bullshit.
dude, they were talking about the cell processor was gonna cure cancer. That shit, they had so many
Yeah.
wild spits. That shit was,
Mhm.
yo, like it was unbelievable. The type of shit they would try to say to hype up that PS3. Oh,
Mhm.
PS3 is way more powerful, and nothing ever performed anywhere near what the 360 does. Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers gotta stop the capping, bro. That shit is garbage.
Yeah, dude. These jokers in the chat going in. I'm gonna have to get out of here in a second, man. I remembered I didn't even eat anything.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready and close the show. I think Sega Forever. I think he's having a podcast tonight.
What's the name
Oh,
of
is he?
this channel? Let me write this shit down, dude. I keep
Sega Forever.
forgetting this
Are you
shit.
doing the podcast tonight? Send us a link, man.
What's the
Yeah,
name
right,
of his
right, right.
podcast anyway?
Let me know in the chat, Sega Forever, brother. If you're doing the Wrecking Crew podcast tonight, let me know, man. Let us know, because we're gonna get on out of here in a minute.
Hopefully, you guys will join us tomorrow. If I could do it,
I'll
you
be
join
there.
me.
I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for We Got Next, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, dude.
He said, okay, I'll try. Look,
right. Yeah, because he's just sick. I know that.
That's fine. I just didn't know if you were doing it tonight, man.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the guy that usually does it on Friday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He said, I'll send the link. So I think he's going to do it.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Be prepared. Be prepared, Zink, because we go in long. We sometimes we're on for
I heard
3 hours.
Yeah, I heard. What's the name saying that? E-Rock.
Yeah, we go in, man. We go
That's
in.
that's the sermon podcast. That's what that is.
Yeah,
It's the sermon podcast.
Yep, we go in, man. We go in.
Okay.
The first one he had, my ass fell asleep.
Oh, you stupid.
Hey, man, but on our way out of here, Sega, man, I was thinking about that early this morning too. If you got Dia one Saturday and it was just you and her, talking about some gaming, get some topics, make sure you watch the show. I hope she watched the show so y'all could bounce that back and forth, watch that bullshit IGN interview. I mean, and that and how I wonder if Dia is concerned about Uncharted not being made by God of War, because I'm very Rangy and Rangy 4 and I, we really concerned about it.
They came out straight out and said, "Oh, we're not gonna do no more Uncharted." Nobody's talking about that shit.
Nobody's saying shit in the mix. What's up, dog? Yeah, man. But Rangy 4 and I, man, we were thinking about having a spaces because we just really concerned, about their leadership and their management,
right.
And how we gonna rectify the situation, because I'm just concerned, Hebot. I'm so concerned.
We should talk about.
Does that make any sense that they're not gonna make no more Uncharted? That
shit, it makes sense because they can't make money after point of sale. That shit ain't making no money, Sega, man.
Listen, we need to worry because Naughty Dog is probably in trouble. We need to definitely
big
worry.
trouble.
Yeah, that could. Yeah.
Naughty Dog's definitely gotta be in trouble. What they're gonna do next if they're not doing Last of Us, they're not doing Uncharted. What are they gonna do next? Like, we really gotta be concerned.
Detroit?
They gonna make movies. No, Detroit Sega, man. Just listen to Sega, man, trying to resurrect Detroit. No, man, that was a movie. Good point, Sega, man. I caught myself in a lot real quick. I'm glad E-Rock ain't here. It was like, the Zinc line. Yeah, Oh, hey, guys. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I got to get out of here. My mother just called.
Hey, shout yourself out, Zink.
Hey, man, I represent the chat cats like in the mix that just snuck in here, and Xbox all in. If I can, I'll jump on with you guys. Sega, man, to just have to send it. But anyway, all right then, man. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for jumping on, Hebot.
All right, brother Zink.
All right,
peace,
brother.
Sega, man. All right, now later.
Be good. Be good, Zink.
All right, man. It's just me and Hebot, man. We're getting ready to get on out of here, bro. Yeah, hey, Sega Forever, man. We'll be on, man. We'll be on. Just whenever you're ready.
Yeah, well, if he could. If he can't, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Our brother Sega Forever has been a little bit under the weather. It's understandable,
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey guys, and tune in tomorrow. Look out for We Got Next podcast with our brother Hebot, man. Gonna do it sometime probably in the afternoon. So come and check out the We Got Next podcast, man. Tomorrow.
Yeah, my goal is to do it tomorrow between 12 and 2, or between that time. I'm gonna try to come on.
Yeah, come and check us out, man. He's gonna be going in tomorrow, man. I guarantee you. So that's gonna be real good. Hey, Hebot. Sega Forever said it's getting old. Getting old sucks.
Oh yeah, yes it does. Yes it does. Tomorrow, me and E-Rock are mortal enemies tomorrow.
You and who?
And E-Rock are mortal enemies tomorrow.
All right, guys.
His Philadelphia Eagles is playing my San Francisco 49ers for the Super Bowl spot. So let's see what happens.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Me and Hebot are going to get out of here, man. Thanks to everybody for coming into the Hangouts today. Talking about Hi-Fi Rush, the madness. The hate is real, man. It's real out there about the game, man. Too many people crying and whining about Hi-Fi.
I think it's more jealousy than anything.
Yeah. Too bad. If you want to play the game, you got to buy an Xbox. Isn't that
yes, it? Just buy an Xbox. It's that simple.
Man. Or you got to buy an Xbox. So if you want to play Hi-Fi Rush, you got to buy an Xbox. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Big shots to everybody, man. Toolman, Smitty Smith. Who else?
Yes, sir.
Deploy 619. Toolman 55. Dia 4568.
Deploy 619, right?
Yep. 100. Google Poll 100 was in.
Yeah, Google Poll. Peltrex 100.
Peltrex. Yep. Rain G4's crazy.
Rain G4.
Yep. Anthony Chipmunk.
Smitty Smith.
Yep. Anthony Chipmunk. Mr. Kima. Killer Chauvin 82 was in here. Radiance 96 was in here. Deploy 619. All our brothers that support us. Peltrex was in here, man. Great show tonight, guys. Thank you for all the support. Please support, Oh, Ray, Jay was in here. Jay was in here also.
Jay was in here. Yep. Jay was in here too. Yep.
And Sega Forever, Craig Simmons. Man.
Craig Simmons. Yeah, everybody came down.
Emmanuel A1. Man, thanks for the support, brothers. I really appreciate it. Me, Hebot, and the whole crew. We also appreciate
without them. Without them, there's no show.
And what's that other guy he bought? Inthrex? Am I saying
in the mix? In the mix.
And then Nick was in here also, man. Man, a lot of brothers in here tonight. He bought.
Oh yeah, a lot of love.
All right, guys, we're out of here, man. Peace and love, guys. Xbox. We're about to fly.
Go check out my channel. I put up the absolute fantastic review for the brand new figures from Metal Slug 3.
Oh, man. I got to see it, man. And hey, guys, remember, we're eating good over here, baby. Peace.
Peace.